T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys.
Yeah.
You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good afternoon, lovely people. Good morning or good night, depending on where you're watching. We are Team Kop-Ish and welcome to the live instant match reaction and player ratings. Liverpool 3, Nottingham Forest 2. Back-to-back wins for Liverpool Football Club. 6 points out of 2 games. It feels good. It feels good. Are we perfect? No. Have we still got a long way to go? Yes. But does it feel good to get back-to-back wins? Flipping yes. I'm very happy right now. Very happy with the win. With the performance, we can go and dissect that. The 3 points were amazing today, and that's what we achieved. I know there'll be a few people who are annoyed at the performance and all that. Yeah, I get it. But you see this point of the season, as I said, I don't think top 4 is achievable. It's not impossible, but I don't think it's achievable. I think Europa spot is the more realistic thing right now for us. So 3 points, it is what it is. Did we ride our luck a few times in the game? Yeah, but so did they. So it is what it is. We've had chances this season and we've been unlucky in games this season, and not most people have used that as context. We rode our luck today. Nottingham Forest did in the first half as well, but we rode our luck in the second half. We got the 3 points today. They didn't. Best of luck to Nottingham Forest for the rest of the season. I do genuinely hope they stay up. I've got a soft spot for Nottingham Forest. It feels like their footballing heritage in this country. So I do have a soft spot for them and I hope they stay up. But today was what it was. We needed the points. They needed it too, but I only care about Liverpool Football Club. And the points is what we got. A brace from Diogo Jota and a winner from Salah, which turned out to be the third goal. One goal from them came from, I can't remember who scored the first goal for them. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. And Gibbs White with a very, very well taken goal for the second. So all in all, throw-ins caused us problems and set pieces caused them problems. Don't think we created that much from open play, which is a little bit of a concern. But again, we deal with that in training and we hopefully get the points on the field. Drift, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm not going to lie. That was way more intense than it should be. I'm not going to lie. And I don't share your sentiments. Get back in the championship. They are as championship as a team as it gets, bro. High balls, lofting it, throw-ins.
Whoa. So Nico got the first goal. I disagree with that, Drift. They exploited our weaknesses and they capitalized on it. That's what you're meant to do in football.
Yeah, get back in the championship, man. I don't hate them or anything, but get back in there. They're as championship of a team as it gets, bro. Get back in the championship.
I mean, if they're as championship as it gets, then what does that say about us? If we could nullify them.
It means that we're terrible.
Yes, bro. All right, Drift, if we're having a boxing fight and you see I can't deal with your jab, what are you going to do? Just keep on throwing right hands, or are you going to keep on throwing jabs?
No, I understand what you're saying, but they are as championship as it gets. They're in the relegation zone for a reason, and just get back in the championship, man. I don't hate them or anything, but just get back. I don't want to have to play against them teams, man. This is Premier League, man.
Bruv, I'm all for it, man. It shows you can go up against these teams and you can still do what you need to do, man. I think they gave a good account of themselves today, to be honest.
I mean, apologies. I am just going to be finishing off my food, so I know I shouldn't be eating on camera. But yeah, I'm really, really worried about how poorly we deal with.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
Oh
that.
my God, we cannot deal with the ball in the air. Oh
We'll
my
get to
God.
that. We'll get to that. How do you feel about back-to-back wins though, for what feels like a very long time?
Yeah. Let's be honest. We've struggled all season, which is the really terrible part, with teams that are below us in the table, especially teams that are in the relegation. I don't think we had a win against the relegation team, did we? Definitely not away anyway. So to beat Leeds and Nottingham Forest back to back, and both those teams are scrapping for their life, that's the part I'm happy with. Do you know what I mean? That we've managed to do that. You have to correct it at some point in the season. Thankfully, we have, while we're trying to fight for something which, as you said rightly, is Europa League. So I do feel very, very happy with. I mean, I think we've only had back-to-back wins maybe twice, or maybe this might be the third time we've done like a back-to-back,
I
innit,
feel
right?
like it's the third time.
Yeah, that's really bad, bro. When you think about the fact that we're in the 31st game of the season and we've only done for the third time 2 wins in a row or back-to-back wins, that is really bad. That screams everything you need to know about how poor our season's been as well, isn't it? But I'm glad in the end we had the. Here's what I'm more happy about, Cal. We had the fight to let them come back and go again. I think a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago, that Liverpool team actually got a draw or they sneak a win. But I'm glad that we had the kind of we had the bottle this time to go, all right, flipping out, man. We let them back in the game again. Let's go. Oh, my days. We let them back in the game again. Nah, let's go. And we kept pushing and we finally did see it out and we got over the line. That's what I'm a lot more happy with today because, like I said, a couple months ago, even a couple of weeks ago, we don't win that game. And we might even have had that 95th Nottingham Forest winning. We're sitting there and we're like, oh, my days. I cannot believe what I just saw. You know what I mean? We was 2-1 up and we've lost the game 3-2. It's how the Leeds game finished. Bournemouth, if I'm not mistaken, was a bit similar. Like they grabbed the winner late. So, yeah, I'm happy with that, man.
I hear that. What did you make of our goals? First goal was instinct from Jota, just clinical as anything, spotting it before the defender. The second goal, I'm not gonna lie, I think that second goal is out of this world. Like,
there was people that were saying to get rid of him. Remember,
I know.
We sat here in shock when we saw people saying, "Yeah, get rid of Jota. I take the money and
all right, again. I'm going to be objectively looking at it again. I don't agree with selling Jota. I always said if we were going to sell Jota, go and get me an Osimhen, go and get me a Kane. Don't bring me anything else unless it's one of those two. Yeah, because that's the level I'm operating at. But again, to add context, the reason why some people were saying to sell Jota was because of the injuries. Nothing to do with his talent.
I do see a lot of people saying they don't think that he's good anymore because of the injuries. Like, as in that they feel like he's, you know, when injuries like make you not crap, but they make you not good enough anymore. I do see some people saying that. So at least he squashed that doubt.
I think it was more. Yeah, there were a couple people saying that, but there were mainly people saying it about his injury record. So let's add context. It weren't people just saying he's dead or.
Oh no, somewhere,
he ain't good.
Somewhere. I'm not even going to say any names, but somewhere. But
very few.
Either way,
but
I'm glad he's proved
the majority
himself.
was saying about his injuries, which is understandable, even if I don't agree. It's understandable. You don't want a player.
Do you know what? I'm not just saying this because of today, because you already know I've been a Jota guy from day. He is literally top 5 best utility players in football, like especially in the Premier League. No, when I say utility, I mean like squad player. Even if you don't think he's like a first teamer, the guy to be in your squad, to make impact, to come off the bench, to play in certain games, to have that different, you know, like just that like variation of like.
He's our best striker.
But ideally, he wouldn't be our first player. And if everybody was fit, Jota would not.
Was it a trick question?
If everyone was fit with Jota play, I think he would be.
He's our best striker. I've said it from day one.
Best striker for a minute.
Anyone can clip me up. I've said it from day dot off. Our best front three is Diaz left, Salah right, and Jota through the middle.
I wouldn't.
I got cussed out because Nunes cost the amount that he cost. But
I wouldn't play Jota up front if everybody was fit and firing. But he's definitely my first guy off the bench, if not. But either way, I think he's just a brilliant squad player, man. It's just he's such a good squad player.
He's not a squad player.
No,
he's not a starter. If he's not a starter, I don't get what else.
When
he
I
has to
say
do to
squad
be a
player, by the
starter.
way, I'm not saying it in a disrespectful
No,
way.
I'm not. I'm not even
No,
aiming
no,
this at
no,
you.
no.
I'm saying if he's not a starter, I
Yeah.
genuinely don't know what he has to do to become a starter at this point.
But remember, it's
Listen.
only 3 games ago when people were saying it's really stupid Klopp keeps starting him over Nunes. That was literally only 3 games ago.
No, but again, context there, Drift. He was out of form, and Nunes was getting into some sort of form. You got to add context to these statements.
No, but remember, I did say to you, I saw Jota playing well. I know people were looking at the mistakes and maybe giving the ball away and highlighting the negative. But remember, Kyle, I said I can see him growing. Every game he's getting better. He's getting more involved. He's having assists, and people are acting like he didn't even have it. He was playing a role in the team. He was getting progressively better. Sometimes it takes a while when you've been out as long as he has. And I'm really glad that he's found his feet again, man. Either way, I don't even mind if Jota starts. I really don't. I would have Nunes starting if it's everybody. I'd go Mo, Nunes, and Diaz as the front 3 if everybody was fit. But what a beautiful world we live in if we've got Gakpo and Jota on the bench.
But let me ask you, why would you go Nunes ahead of Jota? I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just trying to
No, fair enough. Because I think Jota's finishing might seem better than Nunes because he does have a little bit more of a consistency in front of goal in that regard. But I think overall, moving forward, it will be a bit more beneficial for the team with the pacing behind that Nunes has. Obviously, his progression is going to be slow at first, like it was, but he's getting into things. And I think that Jota is a brilliant weapon to have. And there'll be some games when I probably would start Jota. That's the beauty. There's games when I'm going to start Gakpo in the false 9. That's the beauty of the forwards that we have now. We can just get them fit, get them used to playing together. I think it's horses for courses. I think you look at the opposition, you think about who we're playing, and then you play the forwards based on who the opposition is.
Let me jump in on this quickly.
Yeah,
so this is actually a really interesting debate. It's a good debate to have, by the way. It's not like there's no, in my opinion, these type of debates, there's no loser because we're talking about players doing well for Liverpool, and it's just about favoritism and who you would start in it. So let's get that out of the way. There's no wrong answer. I would just say though, just for argument's sake though, if I had to choose, it probably like say everyone's fit, I probably will go with Jota, but that's because I know Jota knows the system that bit better. He understands his teammates that bit better and understanding of like how we play, whereas Nunes is still getting to grips of how we play. He's still a weapon, of course, but I also think as well, I think Jota is that little bit more clinical as well in front of goal. I think Jota in front of goal is lights out more times than not. And this is a Jota now that's got, what is it now? Is it 4 in his last 2? If I'm not mistaken, after sticking up the joint, let's keep it about and trying to find his form.
And an assist, Matt.
And he's been trying to find his form. And the one thing I love about it the most is that I actually hope Jota showed some of the people, and it's saying a dig, hear what I'm about to say. I hope Jota's kind of showed the people that, you know, some of them wanting him to be sold and saying things like, if there's a big offer in the summer, I hope he's kind of convinced you now that all we kept on saying is he needs time in it. Obviously, there's going to be question marks around his overall play, but I do think a fully fit Jota and an informed Jota definitely starts up front for Liverpool. And kind of like what you said at the same time, it caters to the opposition. If it's a running in behind thing and we need to stretch the defense, then maybe you kind of go Nunes, innit? And even so, maybe you go Jota left, allow Diaz to get some rest, or do you know what I mean? Or Diaz right, let Salah rest. But we got weapons, guys. I think that's the main thing. We shouldn't lose sight on that in terms of who starts and who doesn't start. Do you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Our forward selection is brilliant. Our forward selection is brilliant.
Kyle's been hitting the nail in the head for the last 2 years. Kyle kept on saying one player who I didn't believe in to begin with. I can be honest. Moussa Diaby. Kyle kept on saying for the last 2 years, bro, we need to get this guy. He cover Salah. He's the only guy I look at now and think, if there was ever one weakness, it would be the kind of like-for-like replacement for Salah. Like if you wanted a left-footed, right-sided winger who can kind of do what Salah does. You know what I'm saying? He's younger.
No, but Matt, you know what? Having Nunes and Jota in the box means I think even if you have a byline right winger to replace Salah, to have something different. So you've got one that's like one and one that's like another. That wouldn't even be a bad thing either. Because with those two in the box,
that either.
Jota is... Everybody knows on his head, 9 times out of 10, Jota is deadly. We've got somebody who can go to the byline and cross the ball. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think we could even get a winger that's a bit different. We could get like a Jadon Sancho type of winger who probably is more, he likes to go byline than come inside. We could get somebody like, because at Dortmund, that was Sancho's thing. He'd be more byline and pull the ball back for Haaland rather than cutting inside. And I don't mind if we get a winger like that, bro. We just need another backup winger for Mo, innit? That's all we really need. You know what I mean?
The only other thing I'll quickly say as well, Carl, just quickly before you say that.
Go for it, bro.
You know, the whole centre forward position, it's actually more techie than I realized. Even though I've just mentioned the two guys here, see Gakpo who started today. Obviously, we'll get to player ratings, but just quickly, you see games like today, that's where it's like, would you have started a Nunes up front? So Jota just stays.
You'll get cussed by the community.
No. T1 back to no. But it's a different way of playing. Because you know when Nunes came on, he found it a little bit hard to hold up the ball. But then remember, Nunes is a bit cold. He hasn't gotten into the game. Hasn't really kind of figured out how they're playing. But I just looked at it today and thought, Gakpo again, neat and tidy. Again, he's not necessarily supposed to be the goal scorer. But because they done the low block thing and they said, can you break us down? Gakpo was supposed to be the one that was supposed to find the space. But in my brain, I was thinking, but Klopp, we've been there before though. You know, when it comes to the low block team, the false nine thing is either gonna be 50-50 because they're either gonna fall for the bait and draw and they get drawn to him, or they're just gonna be like, you can stay there and do whatever you're doing. And today was there, and I was like, I look back at it and gone, I think Nunes might have just started that game just to kind of like rough up their feathers and push them back a bit. But we'll get onto that, the player ratings and whatever. But that's just a little thing. I mean, my brain.
Me personally.
What did you think about it, Cal? Quickly.
What Gakpo?
No. Don't get onto his performance. Just get onto the way how he played. Did you think, looking back at it now, did it suit more Nunes or Gakpo? Just looking back, but it's hindsight, though, isn't it?
It's difficult to say, you know, to be honest. Like, we didn't really create anything from open play as such today. Like,
I know,
but again, I don't think that's all down to Gakpo either. I don't know if there would have been much different. I hate to keep on coming back to it's the midfield. Like we keep on bypassing the midfield for a reason. There's a reason why Ibu steps in and knocks the ball over the top. There's a reason why Trent is spraying balls towards Robbo instead of and into the box. Like there's a reason why we're sending Henderson down to the byline to try and cross the ball. Like the midfield just it's the midfield ain't right.
I noticed that as well. They said to us, low block, what do your midfielders have to offer? Can you break us down? And we really struggle. We're lucky we just got some clinical players in our team.
Yeah, I really don't know. That midfield situation, man.
Still has to get addressed, isn't it?
Keeps me up at night. Keeps me up at night. Genuinely keeps me up at night.
We'll get onto that as well, still.
But no, I do think. So you're on mute, Drift.
Wow, how the hell did that happen? Just on a positive, sir, Cal. Before you go, did you not see Diaz's touches? Jeez, hey.
Yeah. Of course, he's never gonna lose that. He's never gonna.
No, I was a bit worried. It was a bad injury. No. I was a bit worried. But the touches, hey.
He'll never forget.
And Nico, you should know better, bro. You tried to take him out. That was naughty. Naughty, bro.
His technical ability would never be something I'd worry about. It's more his physical that I'm worried about. And hopefully we're not forcing him or rushing him back.
I think 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there is pretty good in hindsight, and then getting ready for next season.
If
he just gets 5 or 10 minutes because he does need to kind of get used to the physicality of the league, I guess, again, to feel better about himself. Do you know what I mean? And today he handled himself well. They were trying to like rough him up a bit, and like he you know what I mean? Like physically, he looks like he's back to Diaz.
The way he was turning,
that's never bothered him though. That's like that.
No, but with the injury, I was worried, didn't it? Do you know what I mean?
He might be a bit tentative, to kind of get into challenge. But you see the way there was one bit where we were trying to like, I think, waste a bit of time, and he was running. But I like the quick change of direction to go back. Like basically, what I was looking for more than anything was his movement. Like, how was he moving? Does he look stiff? Does he look like, you know what I mean? Like, can he still like turn on a sixpence? And he still looks like he can do it. You can tell, like, even though it's hard to explain, he still looks that bit rusty, which is obviously like he's gonna be rusty. But you can tell, in my opinion, that it's a step in the right direction. I think a few like just keep playing him like you said, like a couple of minutes here and there, whatever. Maybe maximum, I would say 10 minutes, because again, like he's starting from scratch. And then next season is when you give him the preseason, but manage his preseason as well. That's another thing I think we need to be careful of as well. Can't just be, oh well, Diaz is back now. Triple sessions, fam, are you in? Like, nah, bro.
Yeah, I can't remember who spoke. I think it might have been Jay, the activist yesterday on the Cornish show.
What? You didn't put what? None of them. You see how these men are bad, man. I always pause for these man, and these man didn't ever pause for me. You know, it's cool, right? Though it's calm.
I think Jay, the activist, was speaking about it yesterday, and don't want to go too deep into it. But I think we really need to look at how we train in pre-season, because every season we sit here and we go, Man City start off a little rusty, but by the end of the season they're still fresh. Whereas we start off usually, barring this season, we start off like a house on fire. And as the season progresses, we have like a dip, and then we kind of get back to it again. Whereas Man City just seem to gradually set pace and go further. I think that a lot of that's down to pre-season, because this season, starting the season, our players look knackered. I remember that first game against Fulham. We did a watch.
I slightly disagree. I slightly disagree with what you're saying, Cal, in terms of the 2 years where we got the big trophies and the 2 years where we were right runners up. We went on like 14 game winning streaks, bro, at the end of the season.
So 18-19, we started the season pretty well, but some of the games we looked knackered. Like from the 60th minute, we looked like we were lagging. 19-20.
But we did go on like a 14 game winning streak, though.
No, I hear that, but we were lagging in those games. And then this season, literally from the first minute of the game against Fulham, we looked knackered. Like we visibly looked tired. We were all saying
done a triple session before the game.
Yeah, we probably did. I'm not even going
to lie. I don't understand this. Don't get me wrong.
Matt said we had a triple session before afternoon kickoff.
Yeah, bro.
I think we did. I think that's right. I'm not even going to lie.
It wasn't. Of course, he's not right, bro. It's a 12:30 kickoff.
I think we do. I think Linda's woke them man up. Have you not seen
enough time?
Have you not seen the movie Full Metal Jacket?
No, not even. No.
The army film. People in the chat who know. When man comes into your room, banging pans and shouting, "Get up!" At like 6 a.m., bro.
Do you know what? That reminds me of that meme from Power. You know where Ghost is over Tariq is like, wake up, little.
Wake. Sleep time is over.
Innit?
Right, before we get into the player ratings, let's hit up some of these supers. So the red guy 8 says, am I the only one that thinks long throws into the 18-yard box should be banned? This is an American football. I think you might be the only one.
Yeah,
it's a part of football, man.
It's a part of the game. Remember Rory Delap? Is it Rory Delap?
But it is very championship. Fair play, do what you got to do, but it is very championship.
I don't get why we look down on these things.
No,
are you telling me if we didn't have a Liverpool? Hold on. If we had a long throw specialist in our team, Drifty, you'd sit there and go, "Don't use it."
It's Joe Gomez.
No. I'm not saying don't use it, but what I'm saying is when it's like a Stoke settings where like
it's
you
pretty,
go out where you go out of your way to make it a tactic. Yeah, man, it's championship stuff, man. Like to me, in my opinion, Cal, you're right. Yeah, do what you can to win a game where you're superior when the other team is superior to you. I get it, I do, and maybe I'm just frustrated at watching it, but. It was almost like their tactic was deliberately get tackled 30 yards from goal to get the throw in so we can just start launching the throw. It's like they were playing for throw-ins. I'm like, right, this is a mad tactic. This is actually a mad tactic. They're playing for throw-ins. This is Stoke 2008, bruv. Like, madness, bruv.
What's the difference between doing that and playing for corners when you got someone like a James Ward-Prowse who can put the ball on someone's forehead?
Because a corner is historically part of the game. A throw-in is just because the ball went out of play, man.
Let's keep it apart. A corner, you're using your feet. A throw-in, you're using your hands. It's that whole thing of like anything with your feet is more glorified when it comes to football. You have to keep it apart. If someone scores a long range from 40 yards, you're gonna go crazy. If someone scores, you see that Suarez header. That I will never understand how he scored 13-14 season, where Ali Sissoko went to cross the ball, I think, and it took a deflection, and Suarez from outside the box scored. That's amazing, but you can't beat a long range. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's all of that stuff.
I hear you.
It's all of that.
I'm just saying, if we defended the first 2 or 3 fine, then I guarantee you, like, we wouldn't.
They would have kept on doing it, and I mean, because it isn't an individual player. Because Matt's saying now, Matt, I was talking to Cal about it before, bro. Our inability to defend when the ball's in the
We'll
air
get
is
onto that.
scaring
We'll get
the
onto that in
shit out of
player
me, bro. Oh my days, we look like we were children playing against men, bro.
And what's so mad is the centre backs are 6'4" and 6. Yeah, they're both 6'4",
bro.
I think.
Yeah.
I know
supposed to be
Woney is
monsters
a
in the air.
unit, yeah, but I'm seeing him
he
take
is.
too many liberties. I saw him taking too many
He
liberties,
was
bro.
trying to bully up Ibu, you know.
No, he did bully Ibu. He actually did bully
I say it
Ibu.
as more like.
He bullied
Nah,
him,
they
bro.
were done. There were
He
times.
did.
There were times.
We got to
I don't
keep it a
think he
buck.
bullied him.
He didn't bully
I
Ibu.
think
I don't think he bullied
good
Ibu.
battle.
I
He
think he
didn't bully
gave years
him.
of battle. I would say bullied him is like, you know, like.
All right, he definitely got the better of him.
You remember when
No.
Benteke bullied Lovren?
Nah, he did. He got the better of him.
That's when you say
That's the
it's
first time in my life I've ever seen Ibu physically get someone get the better of him.
I
Yeah,
don't
in a
think
couple instances, but not over the course
like,
of
it's
the
more
game.
like back and
more
forth,
than a couple, guys. More than a couple. Ibu
Bruv, it
was
was
definitely
an
not
ongoing
himself.
job. I didn't
today.
look at that and go, "Oh, Ibu got out." I didn't look at that. I didn't see it like that. I didn't see it like that. Still,
I don't know. I think they had a good battle. I wouldn't say he got bullied.
Yeah,
I
it
wouldn't
was a
say Ibu
battle.
pocketed Awanina. I think it was a good battle. They had a good battle against each other.
No, it was a good battle. I just hate that my player was the one who kept losing it more often. But
If you look at the stats, I think you'll find that he wasn't losing.
yeah, I
as
think
often
people
as
are a
you
bit
think.
misconstrued from the. Yeah, I don't know.
look,
LFC
we won,
Network
innit?
says Alhamdulillah, massive win. Big up yourself, LFC
Big
Network. Jay says, can you drop the beat for me and Bruno's birthday? Obviously, come on now. Big up to you both. Happy birthday to you both.
Happy birthday, boys.
This is for you guys. Jay says, beat West Ham and we will see where we land. Very true. That's not going to be an easy game, though.
I don't think we will. I don't think we will win that game.
That's going to be a really
away
tough
game, and they're in really good form at the moment, trying to fight relegation. So yeah, I don't see a win there, but we'll talk about that later.
Wakey says long throw-ins, just like Brentford, are weaknesses. Yeah, we have more than one weakness at the moment. That was just another one that kind of came to the boil today.
Right.
Teke says a stressful mania. Never doubt Diogo, guys clutch. Ibra and Virgin need to hit the gym, but they did what they could. But they did what they. Oh.
Sorry, bro. I just realized. I thought it was But you see,
I did say this.
That's what I'm saying, Fizz. I'm just saying.
A ground drill wasn't when they were tussling physically. It was more when he was in the air.
Look at the aerial duels as well.
See the aerial duels.
Maybe they were the majority of them were in the first half when we were the better team. Because in the second half, he was getting bullied by
for the full game.
Exactly. So I'm saying a lot of those stats probably coming from the first half. Because in the second half, he didn't have them. He didn't have a dominance.
Come on, why are we doing this, man?
I'm just being honest, bro.
Diaz is lovely. 3 points. We move. Pete says Konate was so poor today. I love him, but he has to stop wrestling players so much. Goal kicks and throw-ins go to the man on Ibu. Poor.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree. I think he was poor today.
I'm watching a different game. You know why? Imagine this year.
Not poor as in like I'll give him a 4 rating, but like he was way below Ibu's standards.
Do you know what I find contradictory from our fan base? Yeah, I'm calling out everyone when I say this.
So big up to Kojo in the comments.
Big up Kojo.
Big up Kojo.
We have to keep it a buck. We're having a go for saying he's wrestling with players, but then we have a go at Van Dijk and say Van Dijk don't engage. So which one is it? Do you want people? Because
no.
Let me land. Ibu will get involved with a tussle with players, yeah, and he'll wrestle with them because he'll give them what they're, you know what I mean? Whereas Van Dijk, we've seen many occasions, Van Dijk won't even want it. Won't want it. Now, I'm not saying Konate is better than Van Dijk. I'm just saying, people, we can't have a go for a man that's getting involved with a physical striker. Remember, we're not talking about the agile, like, thingy striker. We're talking about a physical striker. You want your centre-back to stand up with him. Do you know the amount of times we've had centre-backs that have been bullied? Dejan Lovren got absolutely finessed. Skirtle was being finessed. And these guys are supposed to be hard, man. And then we get a centre-back.
Let me get through the supers and then we'll
crazy,
do play ratings.
That is mad, bro.
Rifwick says, love the gesture
That's
From
crazy.
the Forest fans, yes, indeed. Big up the Forest fans. Forest fans are classy on the whole, man. They really are.
100.
Math says, "What about your opinion? What about our options for right wing? Let's talk." Well, here's a list I made earlier. You've got Elise, Edwards, Bowen, Adeyemi, Diaby, Chukwueze. Those are the ones that have come to mind when you say right wing. But Diaby for me is sitting top of that list by a little bit of a distance.
If West Ham get relegated, which they probably won't, Bowen would be a no-brainer.
Jay says my dog wore her shirt and we won again. Jay, every game, bro. This has got to become a thing now. I'm not gonna lie.
Trust me.
Andy says Liverpool players low block against a lowly team. Yeah, we I don't know what is an us with low blocks, man. I don't know.
You know, one thing I will say though, guys, I know we really pinpoint it because it's our team and we want our team to win, but we do have to keep it a buck. Loads of the bigger teams struggle with low blocks. There's so many times where you watch a game like Everton this season at home to Arsenal and the low block and they got the victory. And it's like, I think a lot of teams, we just really analyze it because we're watching our team. Man City seem to be the only team that do well against low blocks. I think
this has been happening for years now. It's been happening for years.
But I think it's the same with the other teams, though. I think we just highlight it because we're annoyed because it's our team we're watching. I think most of the big teams struggle with low blocks, you know, if I'm being honest. That's why managers play low blocks, because they know it unsettles teams that are better than them. Do you know what I mean? At football. All
right. What are we saying for play ratings? Alisson Becker.
Other than that really stupid kick that he did that time when he gave the ball for a throw, I was like, not another throw in, Ali, man. Bloody hell.
That wasn't him, that's Ibu. He passed to Ibu and Ibu
Ali,
gave
bro. It was Ali, bro. I remember. He went to pass to Robertson and he totally mispassed it and he went out for a throw.
Okay.
Do you remember? And it was like,
yeah, I do. Yeah, I remember that.
Man, what the hell? They don't need no more bloody throw-ins coming into the box. Other than
Ali
that,
done a matting. Yeah.
Other than that, I thought Ali was good. I don't think he was at fault for any of the goals. I'll probably go maybe a 7.5 to an 8 maybe for Ali today.
So I remember Ali coming out for one of the free kicks where he came out and headed it. Had a good save for Morgan Gibbs-White, even though it is a routine save. I thought his distribution on the whole, barring that one, was very good. I thought his handling was good. I'd have gone with an 8 for Ali today. I don't think he could have done much about the goals.
Yeah, I probably would have gone.
I don't. Although, can we argue, guys, that maybe as the goalkeeper, you would hope he'd be a little bit more commanding in the thing where like the ball's bouncing and up in the air in the box because he can jump and catch it. Maybe if he was being a little bit more commanding when it was around the 6-yard box, maybe it could have took a bit of pressure off on the odd occasion. Because, you know, he's about 3 foot taller than everyone when he stretches his arms up. So, like, could he possibly have done a bit better in that way?
The throw-ins weren't landing near Alisson though. They were just
but the second ball was okay. You know, like it was always the second touch would be a flick into the danger area, and you're thinking, and I'm not saying he could, I'm just saying could he have maybe come and been a bit more commanding in that area? Because there was quite a few times where their header or their shot came from about 6 to 8 yards out. You're thinking, could Ali not have come and claimed that area? Do you know what I mean? But maybe I'm nitpicking. I'm just asking.
Again, a couple of you saying, how can he get an 8 when he's conceded 2? Was he at fault for any of the goals, guys?
No, I don't think so.
Just because we conceded 2 doesn't mean Alisson's not had a good game. Like, no, but he could not have done the second one. Robbo turns his back or turns to the side and it takes a deflection. You can't do anything about that. The second goal from Morgan Gibbs-White, he can't do anything about that. That's right in the corner as well. Like
no, that was a deflection as well. It came off of Ibu putting a lazy leg out. Both goals are deflections.
So because he's in the net, he has to save these guys. Like he's not.
No. When it comes to him conceding the goals today, none of them were his fault. One thing I will say though is that his distribution wasn't like bad, but it was kind of average though. There was even one I actually remember when he done a goal kick. So basically, they pressed us. If we played it back to Alisson, Alisson looked up and tried to play it to Salah and gave it straight back to the goalkeeper. There was obviously another time, like you said,
Kiss My Teeth is actually saying That
So-
it actually, their goal actually came from that Ali putting it out. Like I was trying to remember what happened after it, but like there were like it was actually when Ali kicked it out when they scored from the throw-in from there. So like he kind of directly contributed to one of the goals in that way. But
That's what I was gonna say. Like 7.
I'll
for me,
go 7.5. Maybe
I
8
think
probably
7.
is just a little bit high. I'll go 7.5 for Ali.
I think
today.
7 because I'm looking at that chart and 7's supposed to be good, right? That's good.
Yeah.
I think 7's fair.
All right. So go 7.5. Then in the middle. Trent.
I think Trent was in his bag today still.
Yeah, best player on the pitch.
Do you know what I'm loving about Trent? And he's always kind of been this way, but I think he's slowly learning to control it. He used to be quite spammy, and it always used to be what we hated, crossing inshallah. And it was like, come on, Trent, man. But as he's maturing, I'm noticing that he's not being as spammy anymore. But what I love about him is he's on the front foot as soon as he receives the ball. In fact, before he's even received the ball, he's on the front foot. He's thinking about what he can do to progress the team forward, get the team up the pitch, and get us into an attacking position. I even think he was quite good defensively today as well. But it was his moving around the midfield, getting on the ball, and then still making some recovery runs back into the right back area whenever he needed to help cover Ibu. And when he was on the ball, some of his distribution, that's like always, it's just beautiful.
Did
like,
you say some?
Well,
All of
yeah. I mean, there was the odd one, but like generally speaking, yeah.
Are
Like,
you forgetting about the laser that he played to? I think
Which
it was
one? Which one?
to Robbo. No, to Robbo.
What,
So
early in the game?
So there's a corner. It
Yeah,
broke
yeah.
down. It fell back to Trent. Trent, on the half volley, lasered it diagonally about 40 yards to Robbo, who was at the back post. Bro, when I say to you,
yeah, mad too.
this guy, here's the conundrum.
Sorry to
Trent
cut you, man.
Alexander-
I had to turn off my volume at some point because I was watching the game and Matt Manaman was commentating. It sounded like man was sexually moaning in my ear, bro. Whenever Trent was passing the ball, I was like, Steve, man, all right, Macca, man. Like, I can't.
Do you know what?
It sounded like he was
so-
sexually moaning when Trent was passing the ball.
Let me ask you like this question just quickly, yeah? This is what I'm starting to think now. Here's a conundrum. Trent Alexander-Arnold, we already knew his passing range was very, very good. But some people used to question whether we can play midfield. Now, it's not a fully midfield role because he's still doing the hybrid thing because when he goes back to defend, he'll go back to right back. But when we're in possession, as things stand against teams who we feel like we're superior to, he will go into the midfield, yeah? It's starting to make me question, is Trent Alexander-Arnold too good of a footballer to be played at right back now? It's because what's going to happen is that let's say he continues this until the end of the season. You're going to have some good games. You're going to have some iffy games, right? But what it is just that what he's doing right now is actually like kind of seamless. But we've already known this. Yeah, we've already known what he can do. I almost feel like he's too good of a footballer at this point. Like, there's certain things that I see and I think no one in our whole team can do that bar Thiago. But guess what? Thiago can't even stay fit. Bless Thiago, but he can't. So I'm not going to include Thiago. But if you think of everybody else, they can't do what he can do. Imagine our right back can go into midfield and be our best centre midfielder.
But here's the thing, Matt. Because Trent is 24, he's still of age, and he's still got a long
He's
future
a right
ahead of
back
him.
and he's our best midfielder.
Bruv,
That?
I think you base your team around Trent. I actually think that you go and get another centre back, right-sided like Ibu, who can do what Ibu does if Ibu's not playing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you know Ibu's brilliant at doing the covering job. So if you go and get another right-sided centre back, that if Ibu's not playing, we won't drop off because that guy will be good at doing that role as well. I think you build the team around Trent and you allow the formation to be based on Trent's flexibility of pushing from midfield to right back, from right back to midfield, and doing a lot of things. And what I loved about him today even more, there were times when we were getting the ball and he would actually move into midfield. He would move into midfield. Ibu would go to right back. But do you know what was beautiful? Is that once Ibu received the ball on the right, Trent would drop in and become a DM and make sure that the position on the pitch. So he's even becoming tactically aware to even fill spaces everywhere, bro. He wasn't just staying in midfield. He was dropping into centre back / DM.
He's
letting Ibu make a run up the pitch, cover it like all round. He's just getting better at learning
Can I ask
how
a question,
to do the
guys?
flexibility of like moving around.
I know I'm one who likes to say I like a player who's a specialist in a certain position, but I've also maintained I don't mind having a few players in the squad who can play multiple positions.
Yeah.
Should it just be a case of Trent plays where he plays, depending on your position? So if we're playing a team where we require our fullbacks to stay wide, then Trent plays right back. If we want to play inverted, then Trent plays right back inverted. If we want to play with a pivot, Trent goes into midfield and plays with a pivot, and someone else plays at right back. Should it just be that simple now with him?
Cal, I just think he should be a false 2. It's that simple, bro. We've got,
I think he's
9.
a player in the team.
I think he should just be a false 2.
I just think he's so
Trent plays where the opposition dictates. I think from now on, rather than just giving him a set position.
Yeah, I agree. And I
Yeah.
think
if
it
you go
should be
three at
other
the back,
people's job.
you go three at the back, play him as a wing back, and it's just rather than just say Trent is this position or that position.
Bro, that's
who
why
play next week? Arsenal. All right, Zinchenko plays inverted. We'll play Trent inverted to match that, and we'll see who wins.
Cal, who was the name I said we should get for left back when we was talking the other day or a couple of days ago? How many days it was? Who was the left back but can play centre back? Centre back.
The name.
He's free. He's going to be free.
Oh, Evan Ndicka.
Bro, this is
yeah. That's why I'm on the train.
This is what I'm. You see, if we get Evan Ndicka, who can do the centre back team, but can also play left back, it changes everything because then. And again, people will say, "What about Robbo?" But again, it's about having options. Like we can't get stuck in this whole he plays there. Like we just have to think game to game, who would be best suited for that role. And you see a guy like Evan Ndicka who can do the left sided centre back thing and play left back. That's what I'm saying. When you attack, you're very fluid, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from Klopp. I don't know why it's taking Klopp this long to kind of do. In fact, I won't even get into that because it'll start another argument. But I'm just glad that he's done it, innit? Because, bro, we've been sitting with the 4-3-3 for the stale, and it's the same thing. Now Klopp woke up and said, "You know what? All right, cool. The crisp packet's been open for too long. Crisp is stale. Go get new crisps now." He's gone to the shop, got new crisps, and. You know what I'm saying? Now he's on stuff. So
what do we do with Simicast though if we was to buy a player that would play left?
It doesn't matter, Drift. So here's the thing: there's certain games where you can go 3 at the back and you play Ndicka as a left-sided centre back, or you can play 4 at the back and either Virgil or Ndicka plays left-sided left centre back. Simicast and Robbo still get their games because Robbo will still play some games where he needs to play with a fullback, and Simicast will play in games hopefully when we're in Europa and Cup games. So everyone still gets games.
Yeah,
I mean, he doesn't get many games now, but fair enough. I get you.
Well, that's on the manager to change that narrative.
I don't ever want us to play 3 at the back though. I do think 3 at the back is kind of a we can't defend formation.
But we're playing 3 at the back now, Drift.
No. We're playing 4, but we're flexible because of the invert from Trent. Yeah. We're not actually playing 3 at the back. Like the formation isn't 3 at the back, bro.
Drift,
so who's the wing back on the left side then?
Henderson.
Nah, Henderson's playing all over the pitch, bro.
He
pops up on the right more than he pops up on the left.
Drift, we're playing 3 at the back right now.
When we're attacking, we're playing 3 at the back.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's just an invert, but we are 4-3-3 still. We're not actually 3 at the back. We're
defending, but here's the thing: you get fixated. So when we attack, we're 3-4-3.
Hold on, even when we mainly defend, Ibrahim's the one covering the right side.
We're still playing 4-3-3, guys. We're just inverting Trent. That's all it is. We're just
fluid. I think we're getting fixated on. All right, it doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong. All I know is that when we attack, we go to 3 at the back. When we defend, we go to 4 at the back.
No, but sometimes we go 2 at the back when we're attacking, Matt. Because there are times when Robbo's attacking.
That's what I'm saying. We're doing what City do.
And we've actually just got 2 at the back.
That's in transition. In transition. It can be
but I guess technically saying we defend with 4 and we attack with 3 is transition as well, though, right? Like it's the same thing, really.
No, that's more tactic.
Yeah, no, but I also think Robbo attacking sometimes is part of the tactic as well. And we literally go to 2 at the back. We literally go to 2 at the back because Trent still goes in midfield and Robbo bombs forward, and we're literally 2 at the back at that point. Do you know what I mean?
No, do you know what I've noticed? When we're trying to, I noticed this, especially like last couple of games. So when we've got the ball, we're passing it around the back here. You'll see Robbo on the left side is centre back role, Virgil. Then you got Ibu. Yeah, Trent goes into the midfield. We're sussing the team out. Where can we find the gaps? We're trying to play the ball to the left. Trent will slyly move out of the opposition way to try and find that pocket of space. Yeah, and I kid you not, it is literally just 3-4-3. But you are kind of right at the same time, because when the move breaks down, our first thought is, okay, cool, we've got to try and hold the attack. We need to let Trent get back to right back spot, and then we defend as a 4-3-3. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know it's coming out next week still. But yeah.
The evolution. All right, guys. So let me ask you a question. What does Trent get today?
A 9.
Bad man settings. Nah, 9.5.
9.5 for me.
9.5.
Fair dues.
Does anyone in the comments disagree? Let us know. Because I mean, we conceded 2 today, so he's part of the defense. Does that mean we have to mark Trent down as well? Or just asking.
Do you know what? Mark's making quite a good point. I don't think we should get caught up in it now, but I do get a little bit worried about Ibu on the ball when we play the system that gets him on the ball a lot, because I do think he gets a little bit shaky with some of his passing, and it worries me a tiny little bit. But maybe he'll get better at it. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Ibu on the ball. I'm not a fan of Ibu on the ball.
Can I be honest? We've had games that Ibu's had the ball quite a bit. Even was in a back 4 and a back 3. I just think he had one of them games today. I actually think Ibu on the ball is good. If you watch Ibu closely,
it's
today.
Not just about today on the ball.
No, but there's been other games. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's been other games when I've seen Ibu play splitting passes. You see how you call breaking the lines, how Matic will run with the ball. I've seen Ibu, bro. I've seen Ibu do that
now and again, though, but not often enough for me to believe he's like a Matic where you can really rely on him.
No. I'm not saying. I never said he was as good as Matic. I never said that
today.
Yeah, but he makes poor passes more than he makes good passes. That's all I'm saying.
Today they played.
Are we being a bit too hard?
That's up,
Ibu
bro,
today.
I don't know.
No, just pointing out. It's not just about today. No, it's not just. I've never rated Ibu's passing. It's not just today. I'm not saying he's crap at it, but I don't think that he's brilliant at it. So when he keeps on getting the ball all the time, I'm gonna be like, ooh, like.
Really?
Or is that from an aesthetic point of view, though, Drift? Because remember, people who say that about Sacco, for example, that Sacco couldn't pass, but Sacco could break lines.
Sacco could pass. I don't know. I just think he's a little bit. He's got to improve on his passing if he's going to become a partner.
I think Ibu's very good on the ball.
Yeah,
he's not amazing, but I think he's very good.
Yeah, he's just not amazing.
Nah, I wouldn't call him very good. I'd just call him average.
Bro, Ibu can pass, you know.
Nah.
What? Okay.
Like when it comes to defending, the man's a superhero. But on the ball, I'm not that comfortable with Ibu on the ball. I'm not gonna.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising. Yeah, fair enough.
He's got 88% passing accuracy this season.
Man, context, man. They're little 5-yard passes
They're
out to
not
Trent.
5-yard passes, Drew.
Come on, man.
He tries to play the ball forwards as well, just like I don't understand.
Yeah, and a lot of the time he gives it away. That's the point I'm making.
But the percentages just showed you that it's not as bad as.
Yeah, but a lot of that will be little. Look, if you lot think that's cool, I see a lot of people agree with me. Some people aren't. Maybe he is just going to split the fan base, but I don't think he's great on the ball. No,
I don't think he's great.
No, he's not great. I never said he was great. I think he's good.
Very good is a high praise, though, right?
I think he's good. Like, see if we're doing the rating thing, I'll give him like a 7. Like, he's not like a 7. He's good. He's
no. He's a 5 or a 6 when it comes to on.
What?
He's definitely not.
That's 7. Joe Gomez, bro.
No, he's definitely not a 7.
But that's Gomez levels.
No, he's definitely not. But anyway, I don't. But Joe Gomez can play right back and is actually a pretty good player with the ball at his feet. You just said that like Gomez is crap with the ball at his feet.
I should have said that. But you see Gomez at centre back.
But we're just talking about his ability on the ball. Joe Gomez is actually better than Ibu on the ball.
On the ball from centre back. On the ball from centre back, I would rather have.
Let's get back to ratings. Let's get back to player ratings.
What? Gomez.
Speaking of the player, what are we rating Kanate today?
Ibu only gets a 6 for me today.
For me, I think he gets. I thought it was good today. I'll be honest. He went up against a physical striker that people like to say got bullied. I didn't think he get bullied, but fair enough. I don't think so. I think he stood his ground well. He won a majority of his duels, as we can see statistically. But again, I don't know what game some people are watching, but I don't know. Like, I think Konate gets a 7. I thought it was good.
Yeah, 7 for me as well.
You lot are being very generous still.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's been a big overreaction to today's game, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
He was a massive part of why we couldn't defend the corners. The defense today really struggled at every time when they loaded
the only
up.
one actually trying to defend Drift.
No. There was other people trying. It's just they weren't doing a good job of it.
Who else was trying to defend today, bro?
Virgil was trying, if you want to say
because
trying.
The goal Nico scored came because Virgil decided to start hanging back and doing this business, which gave the player space to play it out to Nico.
I'm glad you said it, because if I said it...
I'm talking about when they were launching the ball into the box. I'm not talking about when the ball was on the ground. I'm talking about all the set pieces they had and they were launching the ball in the box. Ibu was a part of the instability of like falling over the player as he's trying to get it. And it was just so chaotic and all over the place in our defense.
He headed the ball out and fell over the player Drift.
No. There was a lot of
Can I be honest? I'm glad Awanini picked Konate to have that physical battle with, you know. Do you want to know something? I think Virgil.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm so glad. You see, Virgil was. Anyway, we'll get on to Virgil.
Virgil. Let's move on to Virgil.
What do you say for Virgil, Drift?
I think he gets a 5.5. I think he was poor as well today. Like, not poor like crap, but like just nowhere near the levels.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Just nowhere near the levels.
I wouldn't have had him as bad as this. I would have said a 6 because I think Ibi was better than him today. But I would have said 6.
Just he was just better than him.
No, 5.5. I had Virgil. Sorry, I had 5.5.
I had him as a 6 still.
Yeah. Same with me. 5.5. 6 for Ibi, 5.5 for Virgil.
So
I think Ibu did way more than Virgil today.
Yeah,
I think he was involved in the game more based on the system. Defensively, though, I don't think he was that much better than Virgil. He was just more involved because our system makes him more involved.
Like even the passing,
because Virgil just doesn't want to get involved anymore. It seems.
Bro, I saw Virgil have the ball and Salah made the run, and you know Virgil likes to cut across the ball and do the diag. I just saw VVD. I ain't doing that today, you know. They didn't attack too much down there, right or left though. So I think Virgil wasn't involved as much based on the way the game went. I don't necessarily just think he was just like out of the game in that way. They kept coming down our right side, and I think that's why Ibu was involved a lot. And obviously our system means Ibu gets on the ball more, and we play down the right as well. So I don't know. I'll say 5.5 for Virgil, 6. The way we defended today, apart from Trent being brilliant in midfield and doing his thing, I don't think any of the defenders can come out the game with higher than a 6. We were very shaky defensively today.
All right, so Robbo then.
I'll say Robbo was a 5.5 to a 6 as well. We were very shaky defensively today.
I think Robbo is better than Virgil today.
But then I'd give him a 6 then. He did a couple of good attacks and some good forward runs and stuff. But again, defensively, when that ball's coming in the box and stuff like that, like, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Robbo kind of done for the Nico goal as well? Like he was like out of position, and then that's why it hit him and went and got
he was drawn over because so this is the thing. When you play an inverted fullback, that's how you get at a team playing an inverted fullback. You have a fourth runner. Nico was the fourth runner. The problem is when the ball came to the middle of the pitch and they had 2 men, Virgil could have gone in there and tried to engage and win the ball. He didn't. He backed off. Also left Robbo in no man's land, and then Robbo had to sprint over and cover. Granted, when Robbo got there, he messed it up because for me, as a defender, you can't shy away from the shot. You've got to take it full force, or you don't get in the way at all. There's no in between. But he got there. But this came from Virgil. Like Virgil stood there and did not engage. He kept on backing up. Pause. Like
maybe for that one goal, but just then, I'm comfortable with Robbo getting a 6. I don't think he was better than a 6 today.
I'm good with a 6.
I know you got an assist as well, so maybe a 6.5 based on that.
What I say for Robbo? Yeah, I agree with you both. I think Robbo 6. He won't be nowhere near better than a 6 at all.
Flacco.
I don't think he was crap, but obviously still not up to the level we need him to be. Got booked, and then I think that made him a bit tentative.
No, I don't think he did get. Are you sure he did get booked?
Yeah. He did get booked. Yeah, I think that's actually one of the reasons why Klopp brought him off, because he maybe was worried he'd get a second yellow.
Did Flacco get an assist?
Are you sure? Are you 100% he got booked, Drift?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah, I'm sure Flacco.
I know they were
booked.
speaking about it because they said if he got booked,
No,
then
I don't think he got
would miss
booked.
the
I don't
game.
think he got booked.
Did he not get booked?
I don't think so, Drift. I don't think so.
If he
Don't
received a
think
yellow
so.
card, I think that's why Klopp brought him off, because if he got a yellow card, he would have then been.
It'd be on 9, and then another one would have been a 10.
Yeah.
So it would have been. Oh, okay,
he didn't get a
okay.
booking.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
So I think that's why Klopp took him off.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I heard the commentator saying if he gets a yellow, obviously, then he'll be sent off, and that might be in Klopp's thinking. So I was thinking, I must have got a yellow when I weren't paying attention. But okay, fair enough. I'll go 6 for Flacco.
Oh yeah, Flacco. I'll be. Did Flacco get an assist today?
No,
not that I can remember. All of our goals are from set pieces today, were they not? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. See a day like today.
No, he did for Jota's one. He won the header for Jota to get the second ball. He did get an assist.
I think I remember. Yeah.
No, that wasn't Nunes. Oh no.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, so he got the thing. But I'll be honest. You see a day like today where your midfielders are very pivotal because you're going to free at the back and you need your midfielders to be controllers, but you also need them to be destroyers. Yeah. I always kind of feel like when I find it to get put out, I don't know what Flacco I'm going to get, but this season he's been consistently not putting out the fires. And today it wasn't really bad. What's that, sorry?
He's been dashing petrol on the fires.
I know, but you see today, it wasn't his worst game, but bro, the game. Do you know what it is? There was one moment in the game. There was one moment in the game where I think they attacked us, yeah, and someone done a turn, and I just saw Flacco just get taken up by one turn, and I said, "That's supposed to be my DM, you know. My DM just got taken out with one turn. He's just standing there like, can't move."
That can happen, but obviously because he's having a bad season.
Bro, bad season. The legs are gone. I don't know how many times the legs are gone. Drift. They're done. You know, Apocalypse needs that Lazarus chamber. He needs the Lazarus chamber, fam. I think the legs are gone, bro. I don't want to say it, but I'm worried about Flacco. I hope you're right, though, Drift. But I say 5.5, 6 for Flacco, if we're being honest. 6.
I'd have gone 6. I'd have gone 6.5 with the assist.
I don't know. I just worry about him like more than all of our players that we have, you know. Out of all the players in the whole squad, he's the one where I look at and go, I don't think it's form with you, brother. I don't. I just think this is you. Everybody else is like a little case.
I'm just looking back at the goal now, and Virgil actually did kind of come over and engage, you know. And the pass was just played out wide. And I'm watching it now. I'm like, where? Engage at all. No, but where the ball was on the pitch, he came across and then he turned around when he realized the player was able to play a pass. So it wasn't that he didn't engage, like he just stood off and just watched it. He was smart enough to realize, oh shit, they're gonna actually like play a pass. I need to try and get back into position. So their first goal was kind of a little bit more Robbo's fault than it was Virgil's fault. I just watched it back. I would say it was more Robbo's fault than Virgil, but it was just a whole stupid. Why did we let the throw in just happen so quickly? In midfield weren't there anyway, so it was like an all-round foolishness kind of thing. But I just wanted to watch it back to just see.
I hear that.
So what's your rating for Flacco, Drift?
I'll give Flacco a 6 today.
I'll say 6.
What did you say, Matt?
6.5 because he got an assist.
I got an assist. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, 6.5.
6.5 because he got an assist.
We're good enough for that. But just quickly, do you guys worry a bit though about Flacco?
I've said what I've said on Flacco, bro.
I worry, fam. Well, I'm not somebody who's getting some debate now, but I'm just saying that I'm worried for Flacco. You know?
I've been annoyed with him this season, but I definitely think that he can come back from it.
Because I'll just be honest, just quickly say this: they're completely different players. But let's say you put Saicedo there, who's not even a DM, I just think the way how we play, Sasado, like even if he's not as and maybe as intelligent from a defensive point of view, I just think he can cover those spaces that we leave.
Yeah, no, but that's a different conversation, Matt. If you think there's somebody more suitable to the way we play now, that's fine. But to say that Flacco's done is a different conversation, though, isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying?
But
It's a different. That's a totally different conversation.
But we'll leave for Monday. We'll leave for Monday. But I just
Henderson.
I'd give Henderson a 5.5 today.
Henderson was kind of doing that some right wing backs.
Henderson was a 4 for me.
I think that's a bit unfair based on how much work he put in. He was running and covering spaces and do you know what I noticed? And again, people are going, oh, it's Henderson. Like, I'm just talking facts. Henderson actually does quite a lot of good press starting and nobody follows him. And he gets annoyed and you can see him like saying to people like, come on, like, you know, this is the tactic. Why aren't you like doing what you know we're supposed to be doing? And a lot of the time it makes him look silly because he'll do a press. No one will follow him. He'll say everyone like, come and press with me. They don't. And then a space will be left. And it's like, but if everybody did press with him, that space doesn't happen. That's the whole point of football. You can't press alone. Everybody's meant to know. And I'm a little bit annoyed at the fact that because we don't have the Mane, Bobby, Mo front three that used to be brilliant and know to do it, and then Genie and like, you know, the way we were just so systematically beautiful at doing it. And Gakpo and Nunes and these boys, they're not really adverse to knowing how to do this pressing thing, so they don't really follow him. So I'm just saying, I think sometimes he gets a little bit hung out to dry, as in he's trying to do what the tactics are he's being told, and nobody follows it, and then he will leave a space that makes it look like he's out of position or whatever. And I think it's a little bit like. No, I think he's pressing because he's meant to be, and nobody follows the press.
But you got to read the room.
If he's the only one doing it,
then
could you not argue that he's the one doing the wrong thing? If the other
because he's following the instructions. That's the whole reason why Klopp gets annoyed.
No, but we don't know what the exact instructions are, though.
But we don't know that
because you see Klopp get frustrated a lot as well, and then Hendo says, "Come on, guys, you lot know we're supposed to." Like, and you see,
I'll tell you why that's not
implementing the tactics.
Sorry, Matt. We barely see Klopp's reaction when that happens. Like if Henderson's pressing by himself and it's happening regularly,
obviously not regularly, but I've seen times where they'll go to Klopp at certain points, and you can see him saying push up, and it's like no, but there's guys, you can
pushing up and pressing though.
No, but obviously that's the way you tell somebody to go and press the ball when you're on the sideline, isn't it? It's a hand gesture.
But do you think it's one man not press? Do you think it's one man following instructions and the 9 men the others aren't though?
No, not 9 men. The front players.
Or 10
it's
men.
like the front players don't press with him to
I find
create
Henderson
that,
presses after Henderson makes a mistake. I find that's when he presses because he wants to redeem himself.
He does.
No. I'm talking about when they're like playing out goal kicks and stuff like that, and like get the ball. Don't give them time to play the long ball because that's what teams do against us a lot. If you give the defense time, they just hoof it. And that's how we get balls in behind us a lot, And that's the reason why we become so annoyed at the high line. So Hendo's knowing the tactics are kind of like, you're meant to get on the defenders to not allow them the time to play that pass. That's the whole point of a high line. You press from the front. So if the forwards aren't pressing with him, then, do you know what I'm saying?
They don't press.
But then the ball keeps going over the top and our high line gets exposed.
No, what I'm saying is, I think that... You see, that's a hard one to judge because it could be 50-50. There are probably times when the team maybe should press and he's saying, come on, guys, supposed to press. But then there's maybe other times where he's going to press and they're all looking at him like, fam, why are you pressing? And he's like, come on, let's go. Like, we should be pressing. And because he's captain, it's like you're trying to pull rank and be like, if I'm pressing, you lot should follow with me. Because I'll tell you this, do you know who used to do that a lot, actually? And he used to piss me off.
Maybe 60-40.
Yeah. You see Robbo. Robbo does that sometimes. He goes on a one-man pressing thing, and it's like, bro, why are you pressing? I could even go back to Champions League final. Robbo does some one-man pressing thing. You never guess what happened on that side. That's when they carved us up.
That's a little bit different. That's a little bit different though, because when a team passes out from the goalkeeper, the forwards are meant to press. Like, I think every team in the world when a team plays out from the back, you press them. You don't give them time in defense.
No, but John, it is no drift. It's lack of communication.
Guys, we're going off tangent. What are we saying for Henderson today? What are you saying?
I give him a 5.5.
5.
Cool. You gave him a 5.5. I gave him a 4, and then Matt, you gave him a 5. Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
Right. Where is he? Not to dwell on it, Hendo was partly at fault for the second goal, by the way.
In what way?
He told Nunes to not mark Morgan Gibbs White, and then he was meant to mark Morgan Gibbs White, and he left him completely free.
How did you saw him tell Nunes not to mark him?
Yes, bro.
Fair enough.
Curtis
Jones.
Yeah.
Jones couldn't really get into the game today.
Ineffective,
Yeah, that's the least effective he's been for a little while. So I give him a break because he has been pretty good recently. In fact, he was brilliant against Arsenal in the second half. I would probably say 5 to a 5.5 for Jones. Like, yeah, he couldn't really get into the game today. He was quite.
I agree.
5. I'll say a 5. Like, yeah, he didn't really affect the game at all today. 5.
Yeah, I'll say 5.
I think he had a better game than Henderson today. If Henderson's on a 5, he had a better game than Henderson.
I know, because Henderson still did better defensively.
John, do you know what though, bro?
Henderson barely did anything today.
No, but neither did Jones.
Yeah,
though.
neither did Jones.
But when Jones did something, I don't remember him doing anything wrong or making mistakes.
No. But here's the thing: Jones looks tidier and neater than Henderson. But the killer is that he didn't really do that much more. Like, do you know what his best thing was? When when Jones gets into that inside left position and he tries to link up with the fullback. He kind of done that okay a bit today at times. But other than that, bro, when he got the ball, many times he got pressed instantly. He just gave the ball back. He's playing it safe. But he was playing smart, but playing a bit too safe. And I think just right. This is probably the most ineffective that he's played. He's had a very good run of games. But I think today he was kind of kept quiet. It wasn't like he was terrible. He was just very ineffective and probably didn't stamp his authority more so on the game. I give him a 5 as well. I thought it was very, very average. I wouldn't say poor. Poor is like you let the team down, bro. Like
yeah.
No,
I didn't say. I think he was better than Henderson. That's what I'm trying to say.
Why I'm giving him a 5. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I must say give him a 4. Yeah, I'm saying why I give him a 5.
Yeah. And what did you say, Drift?
I give him a 5 as well.
Cool. Salah.
I thought Salah was brilliant today still.
Salah was good,
He was doing a lot of good defensive cover as well when Trent was moving into the midfield, coming back, getting the ball. Yeah, there was a few times where he didn't beat his man, which was a bit frustrating, but then there were times when he was beating his man. I think he utilised the ball today a bit better. There was only one time when he could have made a really good back post cross and he didn't. I think that was the only time I got frustrated with his passing today because we could have scored the 4th goal from it and that killed the game. But other than that, I thought Salah was brilliant. Like I said, even tactically, and he showed hella strength today because Nottingham Forest are a very physical team, but they couldn't physically bully Mo today. He was making sure that he weren't getting dragged, and he was staying strong on the ball and stuff, and he took his goal superbly as well. I thought Salah was wicked today.
What's your rating?
I'm struggling because I want to give him a 9, but I think Trent was better. So it's a bit weird that I think Trent was better, but I'm giving him the same score. But I feel like Mo deserves a 9 though. Does that make sense?
I'd have gone 8.5 for Mo.
8 point, yeah.
Okay. Give Trent a 9.5 and give Mo a 9.
I said give Trent 9.5. Did we not give 9.5?
Already on a 9.5.
He's a 9.5.
Well then Mo can get a 9 then. I thought Trent was on a 9. Yeah. Mo can get a 9 then. Yeah.
I think
Mo was brilliant today.
Yeah,
Are you 9 as well for Mo? Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Mo was one thing I'm liking about Mo is his understanding that even though there might be times you have to go out wide, you're analyzing the game more, knowing when to cut inside. Because Mo used to do this whole thing of whenever I get the ball, I'm just going to cut inside. Just cut inside. He's understanding with the different tactics that we're employing, especially this season. His understanding of finding space is better. So yeah, I like what I saw from Mo today. 9 and a goal as well.
Jota.
Hey, bro, 2.
Jota's
finishes.
Joint man of the match for me. 9.5%.
Without Jota, we don't do nothing,
But and even his play was dangerous. He was, he was making sure that every time he got the ball, he utilized it.
Yeah.
Running. There was even time. I remember there was one really good time where he knew he was running into a cul-de-sac, but we've been under the cosh for a couple minutes, and he was just relieving pressure. He just kept going, took the ball down the line, made sure he gave the team a chance to push up. That's tactical awareness.
Thank you, Drip. I'm glad you pointed that out. Still, people sleep on that.
Yeah, 100%. People think, where you going? No, he's relieving pressure, guys. He's making sure the team can
Yeah.
push up and get a breather and regroup for a second. And I think he even won a throw-in from it as
Yeah,
well.
he
Like,
did. He did. Yeah.
yeah, do you know what I
I
mean?
know
Like,
exactly what you're talking. He was running down the left-hand side. There's about 3 Forest players around him.
yeah,
He took
yeah,
it from
yeah.
before the halfway line right deep into their half.
Made sure. Yeah,
throw-in.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Facts.
thought
Brilliant play.
he's a brilliant performance. And then the 2 goals, he should have had a hat-trick. I think he had 2 of his headers. One of them's got to go in. Maybe the one in the first half more so, because that's a Jota special, isn't
bro.
it? That back post header,
That
that's a
back post
Jota special,
was.
bro.
I was like, bro, how did you miss
Yeah.
that?
I was so surprised. And the beautiful headed lob that nearly got him the hat-trick when Navas pulled off the good save. But Cal's right. That second goal, there's only a certain type of man who can take it on their chest and do the swivel and the turn and the
bro.
yeah.
Do you know
The second goal is so like he's the only one in our squad who I think can do that.
Facts. Mane would have been able to do that if he was still there. He's the only
Mane
other
would be.
person that I could think of in my brain that would have the capability to do that. Oh, maybe Bobby as well, actually. But it'd have to be on Bobby.
No.
Not
Bobby
this
could
Bobby.
do that.
Not this Bobby.
Maybe
No,
not.
I think this.
No,
Bobby could do
maybe.
it. No, yeah, come on, Cal. This
I'm not
Bobby
as
could do
confident,
that.
if you get me. I'm not as confident.
This Bobby could do that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I don't think this Bobby strikes the ball as clean as Jota does when he's in front of goal. Though.
But Jota's pretty much two-footed.
No, not Bob with either foot. I love Bob. I love Bob.
No, with his stronger foot, Cal. He's definitely
Cal, you say that, but Bobby's had some beautiful strikes this season.
He's definitely in the target if he's stronger foot.
No, he's had some good. But bruv, he took it on his chest. Man could have just snatched the shot. He needed it, and there's a defender coming, and then he kicked it across.
I still think Bobby could do that. I do.
No,
I
the
still
goal's
think Bobby.
cold.
Yeah.
No, the goal was cold, but Bobby could do that. I believe Bobby could.
Listen,
I think Darwin's the only. So I think Jota's the only one in the squad doing that.
Do you know, as we're talking about Jota, I just want to say, where's all the people that wanted him sold? Where's all the people that said, if we get a high enough bid, I think we should sell him? You're crazy. I'm sorry.
All right,
and you want to know what? I know you're not going to fit. I know you don't think.
No, man. That's why I couldn't entertain them conversations. I couldn't.
No, you have to add context, Matt. Again, I don't agree with those people. If Jota was to be sold, I said I only wanted 2 players to replace him. Kane and Oshiman. Those are the only 2 names you bring to me. If you're
well, we're not getting either, so we're keeping Jota.
Do you know what?
All right then. But again, the reason why some were saying to sell him wasn't because of his talent, quality, or form.
Yeah.
It was mainly to do with the injuries.
And I understand that, and I respect it.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying those people are right, but I also don't think they're crazy to say that.
No, should I tell you why they're crazy to say?
I do see a large portion of people saying it was based on talent as well.
There was too many. Do you know what it is? There was too many people for me that were too loosely saying, "Oh no, he's not. His availability is so rubbish. Like we should get." I understand that because of the season, especially that is at this season, more so than the others. More so, yeah.
Season. It's not just
no, but
season.
bro, you have to understand when you've got a weapon like that, you have to be careful you sell your weapons to, you know.
No,
man just want to be dishing out weapons and be like, well, you know what? Say this weapon here, it only works 75%. I'll just give it to them, man. Then the man they will utilize that weapon and rust at your team.
The reason why, again, I don't agree with the people. If people are seeing a player who's sick but is rarely available, and someone can come in and bring good money for that person, and we can go and get a replacement who might be a slight level down, but be available 90 to 95% of the time, I understand the logic, even if I don't agree with the sentiment.
Bro, I'm not going to sit here and be silly. If someone said 90 mil for Jota, then I'd be like, all right, cool, we might be able to do something with that, yeah? But what I'm saying is, if you get that kind of 50, 60 mil, I'd say no. I generally would say no, don't do that deal, because to find another person at that price to do what he can do, bro,
that's the issue.
He's been so out of form, but now all of a sudden, because we know how much of a goal scorer he is, bro, he's now just suddenly just got 4 in 2 after going a year without not scoring, which is crazy in itself, by the way.
Well, a lot of that was injured, though, man.
Yeah, of course he was injured. I'm not. But the guy, come on, man.
I do think we're doing a little bit of a disservice to some of our players, though. Call it an agenda if you want. I think Gakpo and Nunes could have actually scored that goal today as well.
No,
I do. No, I think they do. I think Nunes has scored some similar goals this season anyway, and I think Gakpo's definitely got the ability to do that.
No, because
Nunes hasn't scored anything similar to that this season.
Nunes' goals where he's chest controlled it and then he's volleyed it. He has scored 1 or 2 of those goals this season.
Against who?
I mean, the goal he scored against Leeds was a chest control, and then he took a touch, and then he scored.
It's slightly different, but he chest
The goal
controlled.
against Newcastle was a chest control, and then he volleyed it. Like, he is capable of doing that.
Hold on, wait. Those are completely different goals. He's chest controlled it. The ball's bounced a couple of times. He's picked his spot and scored.
No. The goal against Leeds, he chested it, touched it, and then side footed it. That was actually
It's slightly
control.
different, but I hear what you're saying.
No, but it's
completely
in the
different
same.
goal.
It's in the same realm, though, Cal. It's a similar.
It's not drift.
Of course it is.
Bruv, Jota's touched the ball 3 times before it's hit the floor, bro.
Yeah, but now you're being a bit too pedantic with it. Nunes has still scored similar goals where he's controlled the ball, taken a touch, and then finished it. Look, and I think Gakpo's definitely got the technique.
We won the game. I don't even care.
Do we not believe that Gakpo's got the technique to be able to do that as well? Because
They've got the technique, but I think Gakpo a little bit
got the technique to do that.
No, do you know what? He can do it. You're right. He can do it, but it's just this
Gakpo's got the technique to do that.
No, of course he can. Of course he can. But his version of him, right? It's more about confidence.
Goal and the Newcastle goal.
Yeah, they're not the same as in he didn't have his back to goal, but we're talking about taking the ball on your chest, controlling it, and finishing. It might not look as nice as
Jota's one was harder. Harder.
Jota's one looks better, but it's a very similar style.
No, it's harder. Difficulty is harder,
but it's still a similar type of
goal. I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not discrediting Nunes' goal. Nunes' goal.
No, I'm not saying you are, but
I'm just saying Jota's one was hard. Jota's one because he had the defender literally like. Bro, the way he picked his spot of his again, I know Nunes uses weaker foot, but the way Jota,
I think
like he slowed down time.
Goal. I said no one else could score the goal that Jota scored today.
I believe a lot of our forwards could. I do, but maybe I'm alone. But I do believe a lot of our forwards could do that.
I think
Jota brilliant goal. I'm not saying like he went a techie goal. The goal was beautiful.
So it is.
I believe some of our forwards could do that. I do.
Maybe they can, but I just think Jota's the one where you would definitely go, he can do that. He's him. Jota's him. I think that's the difference. Jota is him.
The mad thing is, about a month ago, people would have said Jota couldn't do that.
No, bro, I was never one of them people.
No, I know you were. I'm just saying there were people that would have said Jota couldn't do that a month ago. So we'll see, innit? We'll see. Gakpo's definitely got the technique to do that goal, I think. I definitely think he's got the technique to do.
Do you know I have to give Jota more credit as well? Because Jota has been doing that left wing, and we know he's not a left winger or a left centre forward, whatever you want to call it, yeah. And he's still been able to contribute, especially over the last 2 to 3 games. It just makes you wonder when Diaz is back fully fit and Jota goes into the middle, brother. Curtains. Fully fit Jota, the Prem ain't ready. It's like people forgot what he done at the start of last season. He was on fire, if I'm not mistaken. Crazy.
Gakpo. Rating for Gakpo today.
Let me come back off camera still.
Yeah, he was ineffective today still.
Yeah,
I'll go 5.5 at the most for Gakpo. He was ineffective today.
Yeah, he was ineffective, I'll be honest. It's not like his lack of quality. It's just he just didn't get into the game. He couldn't really and there was one bit that I was just like, no, bro. The ball came to him, and Gakpo's normally pretty good if he's back to goal because he's undercut. Like, he's quite strong. Not like strong, but like he's strong enough to hold on to the ball. The way the defender just moved him to one side at one point and he just fell down.
Do you know what his problem is, Matt, in my opinion? I think he's got the strength, but he doesn't use it. Like, his mentality isn't aggressive to utilize the strength that he has.
He ain't got the dog in him.
I don't think he's weak. I reckon
from the beginning. I said it from the beginning. You're not laughing. I'm not laughing because I said it from the beginning.
You're doing too much.
No, I'm not. I'm sick of it because people are quick to call me out for saying, "Oh, Cal's negative." When I say stuff and I'm right, no one says anything. When I say stuff and I'm wrong,
I don't know if you can say he hasn't got that dog in him. What I would say though is that
just said the same thing, just said it more nice. Drifty,
no, he never said he hasn't got that dog in him.
Drifty, I'm asking Drifty. Does Gakpo have that dog in him, Drift? Yes or no?
No, I don't.
All right, Matt. Does Gakpo have that dog in him, Matt? Yes or no?
I think it's too early to say, bro.
No. But here's the wickedest thing, though.
I look at the Man United. There's certain games I look at and go, broski, big game occasion. Where are you? It's like,
no. Having that dog in him is like physically badding a man up. It's physically badding a man up.
Drift, hold on. Don't let me get Jamal. Drift. Do you remember that time when you were like, You know, Gakpo's actually a powerful runner. Do you remember? I think was it the Everton game? They were just trying to hold on to man, and he was pounding through. You're saying he ain't got that dog.
That's not having that dog in him. Having that dog in him is like a Diaz or a Nunes. Like he's just on it. Bro.
All right,
you
quick
know
question.
that man is gonna rough you up, bro. You ain't getting an easy game, bro.
I've got you.
You're not.
Bobby Firmino, when he first came into the league, did he have that dog in him?
That's what I was just about to say.
Did he have that dog in him? Yes or no? Let me ask Carl.
That's why I believe in Gakpo.
Go on, Carl. Answer the question.
No. Bobby was weaker than what Gakpo showing when he first come, bro.
He was weak, bro.
He was getting pushed off the ball so much.
I
have a press conference with Matt about it.
Let me land. Guys, let me land.
Yeah.
You are confusing physical strength with having that dog in someone.
No, just
wait. Gary Medel was how tall? About 5'2".
We're not talking about Gary Medel.
Let me
Talk
land.
about Firmino.
Let me land. Gary Medel was about 5'2.5" at best, yeah?
I don't understand this point.
Did Gary Medel have that dog in him? Yes or no? Did he have that
what
dog
has
in him?
height got to do with having that dog in you, bro?
This is what I'm saying.
Had it.
Physical strength is different from having a dog in you. Dog in you is that mentality,
when Firmino first arrived, he was getting pushed over. Do you know what he had to do, Cal? He learned how to adapt to the game and realized, you know what? I need to be stronger. I need to be more physical.
Yeah.
He adapted.
That's 100% fact.
I
remember me and Matt.
Cal, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying he's going to be Firmino. I'm just saying I hope he can be Firmino. Because right now, you guys are right. But I'm saying there's been little instances where I've gone, he might be able to do the Firmino. Because Firmino, when he entered the league, bro, I don't think Firmino was that guy, bro. Straight away, he learned.
Matt, I know you remember the conversation we had.
Bro, I know the conversation.
This guy is silky.
Did Coutinho have that dog in him?
Kind of. He was very
good at
kind of. He did.
No, from there, he was kind of. Coutinho, he's different. Yeah, he's different, though. Why are we talking Coutinho?
Because you lot are confusing physical strength with having a dog in them.
I'm not, bro.
Don't talk about the height. Take away the height. It don't matter if Gakpo's 3 foot. I'm just saying, he needs to understand that, like, he needs to become, because there's been games where he has been physical, Carl. I think you're maybe playing it down, but he hasn't done it enough for you to say consistently, do you know what? There might be something there. Whereas I feel like, personally, there's been games when I've gone, do you know what? Gakpo's he's got that dog in him today. But you see, today's where I go, I can't really say nothing. It's like that, isn't it?
Gakpo's an elegant player, but he does have to learn that he's got the same way Bobby did. Because Bobby learned, and then Bobby had that dog in him. He started barging and being aggressive and letting people know he was there.
Bobby was
I need Gakpo to just
under Brendan Rodgers.
That was one game against us.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm sorry, Carl. It wasn't a regular thing.
One game.
And he got injured, and then Klopp came in the October, and Bobby was a completely different player when he was playing in his position.
Not do that. Why are we doing?
How are you even comparing the two?
Because it was about getting pushed around. Bobby was getting pushed around, bro, when he first come.
I won't even say what Jiff used to say about my mouth, but I remember the certain game.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think Bobby had it in him. I thought he was gonna get swallowed by the Premier League. I'm not even gonna lie.
He did have that dog in him, but then look what happened, bro.
Bro, I didn't think he had a skeleton in him when he first came, bro.
Bro, the man got soft, bro. Do you know what's so crazy? Virgil van Dijk. I think they asked him like who's one of the strongest in the team?
For me, Cody Gakpo's problem right now is his mentality.
You think it's the mentality?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far because saying this is mentality means that there's other things that he's not doing.
Like that means
that means that he's not trying. That means that it's not for like.
There's a lot
to go say it's his mentality.
I never said he's not trying,
but
he hasn't got that dog in him. That's mentality, and he's ghosting a lot of games.
No, I don't agree that he's ghosting. I just think he's getting lost in the game because of the way we've been
because he's new. He ghosts a lot.
We're not being. What do you mean? But I've sat there and gone. There's been games when I've gone. He's not been that guy, and then people will have a go at me.
But he's been ghosting.
So a lot of the time, the way we're playing, like, kind of isolates our forward. So if he's ghosting, I don't think it's because he's just like he ain't bothered or he's like. You know what I mean?
He's
whatever.
Still learning the false 9 role. He's not even a false. We're doing that whole thing of like the players never really played there, and we just go, "Well, you're playing there." Well, you know when we do that at times. Yeah, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I don't think ghosting is a mentality issue, Cal.
He's trying to learn from Bobby, and Bobby's injured. That means his learning is going to take that a bit longer, innit?
He's probably
fair enough.
injured.
Yeah.
He's
Klopp says he's
injured
injured.
again.
He might not be fit for the next 3 games.
Oh yeah, fuck's sake. I forgot about that.
Guys, let me be clear. I never said he's mentally weak. I'm not
Pause.
questioning. I'm saying
Actually, unpause, pause.
I've never questioned his mentality or said he's mentally weak. And I
Yeah.
don't hate Gakpo. But if I can't sit here and be honest about what I'm seeing, he ghosted today and he's getting barged around by defenders, but he's 6'4" and he's a
that's
strong
today.
guy. That's a mentality thing.
No, see, you're using the height. Why? So take away. Why is it because he's 6'4"?
I have to use the height, man. If you're 6'4" and you're a big, solid guy and you're getting moved around, then that's a mentality thing.
Bro, how tall? Do you know?
Not necessarily.
Would you say
I think
Isak is
mentality is such a broad
hold on.
umbrella.
Would you say Isak?
You're
Isak
using
is
too
strong.
broad
Would you
of
say
an
Isak is
umbrella.
strong?
Oof, I think he's probably stronger on the ball than Gakpo.
But you wouldn't necessarily. But for his height, you'd be like, he should be strong. What I'm saying is it's take away the height. It's not about the height. It's just about whether you're strong in it. Because it's not about your height, bro. It's just about.
I personally just think saying he's got a mentality issue is too broad of an umbrella.
Yeah,
it sounds too much like
I just think he's struggling.
That's too broad of an umbrella.
He struggles at times with the pace of the game because, in my opinion, even though he's had some good games, he's still adapting. We won't see the best of Cody Gakpo probably until next season. Do you get what I'm saying? He's learning a new role. He's playing, bro. He's playing a false 9. He must have heard that and thought, what? But I've been playing left wing. Do you get what I'm saying? So
I think
What are we
he's
giving him
I
today?
think he's got a. I give him a 5. I don't think he was good today, but yeah, 5.5 at the absolute most. No, 5.
I've gone 5 as well. What is it for Klopp today?
I'm actually going to go quite high for Klopp today. I know people are going to get angry at me. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I think the way like some of the crazy dumbass defending we were doing can't really be blamed on him. Sometimes you just got to put the onus on the players on the pitch that are just playing a certain way. But I think if you look at the way that we're continuing to like do well with this tactical flexibility, I think if you look at the substitute, I think he made really good substitutions today at right times to try and bring on players to help to change what they were doing to counteract and help us in certain ways. We did need control of the game and Curtis wasn't doing anything. I think Thiago coming on was a good decision to try and get some control of the game. I think everybody's going to be like, I can't believe he brought on Milner. But you know what? Flacco wasn't necessarily playing well. Do you know what I'm saying? And whatnot. And Jones wasn't playing well. We needed to bring different people into the midfield, I do believe. So, again, I'm not going to get that angry at that. And it was right times. And I think the last substitutions that he made kind of like gave them a new, they've got to think about us a little bit. Like, you know, Gakpo again, he was being ill-effective. So he brought on Nunes. Nunes was bringing a little bit more danger to the game so that Nottingham Forest had to worry a bit and whatnot. So I'm going to go 8.5 for Klopp today. I think he managed the game well and got the win.
I'd have gone 7 for Klopp.
Fair enough.
This whole Milner thing is winds me up every time. But
I feel like literally if he brings Milner on there, you get angry at him. Like literally.
I do because he's not doing it for the benefit of the team. He's doing it to benefit his friend at this point.
No. If you think about Jones and Flacco not really being effective in the game, Cal, would you have kept them on?
No, Flacco had to come off because of the yellow card. I get that. I don't think Jones needed to come off because Milner didn't come on and do anything.
He did. He helped to see the timer. He was getting on the ball and helping to like see the game. That's game management to try and get us over. No, but Jones wasn't having a good game, though, Cal. Jones wasn't having a good game. Sometimes you've got to like see that somebody's not really it today and bring them out in case they make a mistake. Because if Jones is having a 5 and he makes a mistake in that last 10 minutes and it leads to a goal, then all of a sudden we're like, he weren't even playing well. Why was Jones even on? He should have come off.
What's this? Like, the substitution? The Milner?
Yeah. I think Milner coming on with Jones and Flacco not playing that well isn't really a big deal. No percentage on the bench now for being injured. Who else really?
It wasn't. Do you know what? To be fair, it wasn't the worst in the world because you look at the bench and think, what centre midfielders can you bring on? And you look at it and go, okay, we've only got Milner, so it was kind of like,
there was no. Really
it was just typical Klopp. I'll be honest. We need to see out a game. Who?
I mean, I'm
Whose
never
clause
gonna
do I
lie.
need to protect James Milner?
To my surprise, there's quite a lot of people in the comments who are actually saying they're cool with Milner coming on, which I'm quite surprised because I thought
Yeah,
a lot of
it
people
wasn't.
being
I
angry.
didn't find an issue with it today because I looked at the flipping bench and was like, "There's no, you only really could have brought in like defenders or something." So, yeah.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
What's your Klopp rating, Matt?
Probably like an 8. I think formation wise, I liked what he did today. I like the fluidity. The only thing I'd say is that you see, even I look back at it and maybe it's hindsight. I think I said this at the start of the show. I probably wouldn't have started Gakpo today. That's not. I know it's hindsight, but I just would have brought. I would have started Nunes down the middle. I would have said, Nunes, I need you to put pressure on their defense. You see, they're doing a low block thing. I need you to be a menace. Cause as much chaos as possible, and then others will be able to feed off your energy, feed and see what you can get. I think he made a mistake there, but all in all, we got the victory. It wasn't our best victory. However, I like the fact of, again, he didn't shy away from making the tweak again and putting Trent in midfield, because you know what Klopp's like. Remember when he went 4-2-3-1 and everyone thought, oh my days, we got version 2.0 of Klopp, and then he just went back to normal again. So yeah, I'll give Klopp an 8 today.
Fair dues.
So what's he gonna get then? An 8? Because if I went 8.5 and Cal went 7 and Matt went 8, then
Yeah, he gets an 8.
on an 8.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I thought his substitutions were really good today. I thought it helped to nullify the game and do what needed to be done. So I was happy with the changes today.
Thoughts on this formation, and we'll only spend maybe a couple of minutes on this before we finish and read out super chats. Thoughts on this formation? Is this something you reckon we'll see until the end of the season, or do you think we'll see this in certain games and not in others? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, bro. I think our recruitment this summer is going to be largely based on what best suits to continue this formation, and it will be part of the evolution. And I don't think we'll do it every single time we play.
Agreed.
But it's going to be a massive weapon now that I believe Klopp has understood. So I think maybe players like McAllister might become more what we look at. Those dogged midfielders that are going to be able to allow us to do it because they're smart, they can fill in, they understand, they've got legs to get around the pitch. I think that will be a lot more what we will start to see. And I'm all for it. I think it's a very good idea when you got a weapon like Trent. I really do.
What about yourself, Matt?
I like the formation fluidity. That's what I call it, fluid formation, because too many times in Klopp's sort of tenure, we've had this like same thing of 4-3-3, and it's been a thing of, God, bro, like just change the formation, like try something different. And even though it's taken him however long, he's done that. I think he's done it the smart way. He hasn't gone, put Gomez at right back and just fling Trent into midfield and be like, you're the midfielder now. He hasn't done that. He's saying, during the game, let's see what works. Let's see what doesn't work. And they can work on that over the summer. For all we know, Trent might be a midfielder next summer. But what I'm liking is that we're fluid, bro. There's times in the game where you might even see us go 4-4-2. Like, we've got the players that can do that. And I think, for me, it's Klopp showing us that he's not stale. Because you know the sign of a stale manager, like we kept on saying, is like the brother just won't change nothing. It's the high line. It's the 4-3-3. We can pretty much predict all the players that are going to start. I think he's realized and gone, you know what? Yeah, for this Liverpool 2.0, I have to make changes. Whether it's through his coaching staff, Pep Linders and the man them, or just him, I'm glad they're doing it, and I want to see more of it, bruv.
You know, big up the land team. I disagree with this one, bro, because Arsenal are a good team, and we actually really dominated Arsenal playing this way.
We caught them cold though, Drift.
Yeah, but we're also completely non-adverse to playing it. So if we get better at it, even if they're more ready for it, we might be able to execute it better. You know what I mean? So it can work both ways.
True.
But we still did it against a really good team, and we really dominated doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
I think as we get better at it, I think teams will find it harder. Because Trent's part, this is the thing that I love about Trent, and I'm not even just trying to gas up Trent, even though that's my guy. When you look at other teams that implement these systems brilliantly, which is why we are slightly copying, let's be honest, it's kind of Guardiola's thing. But when I look at what he did with some of these people, unbelievable players like Philip Lahm, absolute world-class baller. Zinchenko doing it really well at Arsenal. Them man can't pass like Trent. That's why we possibly could have an even better way of utilizing this system. Because when you've got a left foot, right foot passer the way Trent is, he's going to be able to maybe see things when he's in that role. Zinchenko won't. As brilliant as Zinchenko does play that role, he's not picking passes like Trent when he gets in there. Do you know what I mean? On both feet as well. Like, you can't even go, send Trent that way. Get him on his weak foot. What weak foot? Trent's passing on both feet. And outside of the foot, even if you think his left foot's weak, he'll just use it outside of his foot. Like, variation you can use with Trent. So I'm really happy with it.
Can I say something? I include myself when I say this as well. We've all been quick to praise Klopp for changing the tactics and getting success out of it. Why aren't we holding that same energy for Pep Lijnders? Genuine question. I'm not even trying to troll. Genuine question.
Bro,
why aren't we?
We're
not calling his name.
I just said, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I not say, I don't know where this change came from, whether it's Klopp, Pep Lijnders, and the man them. Did I not say that, bro?
No, I'm not. No, but I'm saying since the Arsenal game, we've been sitting there, we've been lauding Klopp, rightly so, for changing tactics.
Yeah.
But when it was going wrong, every time it went wrong, we were talking about Pep Lijnders.
But we don't know, though. You're saying Pep, like we define it. We don't know.
No, but we didn't know whether Pep was the reason behind us going bad either. Like,
he wrote a book, fam.
No. Bro, we might be in the later chapters of the book now, bro. Why we've changed.
Bro,
we might be in the later chapters now where he's saying about inverted, bro. We don't know.
So, I agree that we have to give Pep Lijnders.
We have to keep the
same
energy.
Pep Lijnders could quite easily be a part of this, so we do have to give him credit.
But I said, bro, listen, I'm not even trying to do that. I actually said big up Pep Lijnders and the man them if they were involved. I said this. Some people may have thought I meant Pep Guardiola. No, I meant Lijnders when I said that.
No, but I'm saying as a whole though, as a fan base.
Yeah. No, you're right, because he was getting slack. He was
people talking about Pep Lijnders now when
he was getting smart.
When it was going bad, we were the first to jump on his neck.
That is true. That is true.
We're all praising Klopp. So I say we keep the same energy. For that.
No, you're right. You're right. That is true. Big up now. As I said, big up the coaching because it's the coaching staff, innit? Can't remember Klopp's not the only one on that coaching staff. It's all of them. So including Pep Lijnders. You're right, bro.
But I do believe, as much as we do get annoyed at Pep and that, I do believe you give him the right players. He could be a bit of a master at coming up with these plans.
But let me just wait. Let me just see if Cal's get the same energy.
No, I'm saying if you give him the right players, bro. If you give him the right players.
Let me ask Cal this.
That Barcelona game was a masterstroke still. So
that wasn't him, bro. Genie went against his tactics.
He did.
No, but we were still playing really well even before
Genie went against his tactics, Genie.
But Genie, we were still playing really well before Genie came on.
You're asking the wrong question. The question you want to ask Cal is, Cal, as much as you're saying you're right, we should praise Pep Lijnders. Do you praise him for the signing of Cody Gakpo and saying he's the missing link?
No, of course not.
You don't praise him.
You know what I'm like, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still not on board with this Gakpo thing at the moment. I'm not. I've just got the balls to say it.
No, I'm on board with it. It's not because I'm
I'm not saying you two. I'm just saying I've got the balls to say it. A lot of people won't say it. I'll say it. I'm not on board with this Gakpo sign at the moment, especially with him playing false nine when we have Nunes and Jota. To me, it makes very little sense.
And this is why we have to keep. You see the praise and them thing there. I get what you're saying. It's separate, but that's why I said we don't know who's done it. Because you see, when man. With Pep Lijnders has done a lot since he's been at Liverpool. You know? He's done a lot. The guy's got time to do the interviews, the books, and fair play. We roasted him, and if he is part of this whole this new formation and the way we're playing, then we have to big him up 100%. However, until I know definitively that is him, I'm not getting carried away. And I'll give him his flowers, but I ain't getting carried away. So right now it's the Kaiser. Yeah.
One final question. Yes or no answer. We're going to in more detail on Monday. With Trent's new inverted role playing in midfield, do we still need 3 centre midfielders to come in the summer?
Yes.
Cool. We'll go to that deeper on Monday. All right, let's help these supers. Jade Activist says, I think if Dortmund wins the league, I think Jude stays for another season. Tall task. Yeah. I think Jude stays for another season regardless.
If it's to make sure he comes to Liverpool, I'm not really that bothered as long as we do make sure we still recruit this summer. I actually think it might be a bit of a stroke of genius if we get him for like 30-40 million pound less, and we still make sure we go and get 2 or 3 midfielders so that we are fully. Do you know what I mean? I think it would be a bit of a stroke of genius. And
Dean says we struggle with low blocks because our off the ball movement is non-existent. Man City is good at that, and the whole City team can pass the ball with IQ. I'm guessing that is.
Yeah, they've definitely got better runners off the ball. I've always said
100%.
Our off the ball movement is very static.
Yeah, very, very.
Yeah.
Shabazz says this is the thing with most big chances created. This is the most big chances created Trent has ever done in a Premier League season. 21 with still 7 games remaining. Yeah.
Bro, that's mad. Considering he's way further down on the assist chart than he normally
Not
is.
his fault, bro. That's salary.
Yeah,
No. I'm just saying it's really mad that he's had the better season creatively, but he's way down on assists. Like that's
We're just not eating, bro. We're not eating finishing.
I'll be honest, without being too harsh, that's on Salah and Nunes still. He's teed them up a lot this season. They've kind of.
I think them two are top of the list for big chances missed. So,
I think they might be still. Next season it will be different though. I'm pretty confident that'll change next season.
Nev B says shout out to Nicky and Bally, biggest LFC fans.
Big up yourselves, Nicky and Bally.
Yeah.
Big up Nicky and Bally.
Jay says, remember whenever we coincide.
I think he means concede.
Yeah, I think he means
yeah.
Jay, I remember everything was Trent's fault.
Bro.
I remember literally everything was Trent's fault.
I remember, bruv. Trust me. Never forget that outrage.
The scapegoating of Trent this season has been something crazy. But
he's warranted some, but not all of it.
Of course, he's warranted. No, he's warranted criticism, Matt, but not scapegoating.
Yeah.
He's never warranted scapegoating.
No one should never be scapegoated. 100%. No one should never be scapegoated. In my opinion, that's wrong. Still.
PR says, guys, rewatch the second half and watch Ibu to see what we are saying. For me, Ibu is a 7 out of 10 dribbling, but in the air he needs to improve. I mean, in the air, I think he's pretty dominant.
I think usually Ibu's good in the air, but today he was bad in the air.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but today just not. Yeah, that I agree, Drift. Today just wasn't. Yeah, today, but not overall.
Jay says Jota or Tony.
I think Tony would probably be looked at as a better solo
Tony
number
more
9.
Bust in it because Tony get injured.
No, but not even just that. I think he might be probably seen as a better solo number 9ist. Like, if you get what I mean, like if you just need that.
Yeah, he's more of your traditional
up there by himself, kind of.
Yeah.
And he's obviously really good at free kicks.
Tony could do false 9 as well, you know.
He can. No, you're right. He can.
No, but I'm just saying, like he look.
Are you talking if they're both fully fit?
Traditionally.
Oh, I'm picking Jota all day, but I'll be honest. Tony's made me change my view on certain things in football. You see, because we were linked with him when they first got promoted, you know, and I was like, nah, but he's just only done it in the Championship. You see now, I've got that mindset's got to change, and that's got to change in the fan base. You just got to look.
No, but it's because he proved it, though, Cal. I think it was just.
I'll be honest, I wasn't familiar.
No, I hear you, but now,
wrong,
but that's the point, no, Drift. Like, if we had signed him then, he's costing £30 million. You try and sign Tony now, you're looking at 60-70 mil. So, like,
but he might have needed to play a season or two with Brentford to develop and get used to the league, though, Cal. He comes to a big team, he kind of buckle under the pressure.
Away. You know, Drift.
I think you're right. As in, Tony has definitely proved to everybody that he's capable at the highest level.
He can play 100%. Ball, fam.
And don't get twisted. His free kicks are kind of special as well.
He's
still.
Tony.
He could be the best penalty taker in the world as well.
Definitely,
he is pretty good at penalties.
He's only missed one. He's only missed one.
Do you know what? It's kind of mad. Yeah, you look at it and you think, having Tony in the squad wouldn't even be too shabby.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd love that.
It wouldn't be too shabby for
I'd love that. Yes, please. I'm on that boat, but it would never happen though.
No. Do you think Tony could play right wing?
No.
No.
He's centre forward.
No, I'm just asking you a question.
No, we're not doing.
No. We're not doing this, bro.
No.
I'm just trying to get him in the team, innit?
No, he said a forward pro. We're not doing Tony's right wing.
Go get a right winger. Jay
Oh,
says, "What good is the gun if it always jams, Matt?" Ooh,
But when was
that's
the
a
last time you
Jota.
checked your gun, though? Still, if you don't, why are we talking about
You
guns?
don't
This
mind
makes me
how to
sound
gun
mad.
yourself,
But
gun.
all I'm saying is, if you take it apart, you might have to change certain things in it. That's maybe what we didn't do, Jota. We didn't look at his pre-season and the way how he's been playing. We didn't check him properly. You know
Someone
what I'm
breaks
saying?
into your house,
Pause.
though, Matt. You ain't really got time to be checking the chamber and all that, bro.
And I think but we just proved though the gun. I don't mean you keep saying this, but the weapon works.
Guys, do you know what I've just realized?
It
That's kind of
works.
scary. If Man United don't get bought out and they can't afford to go and do a mad like Harry Kane or an Osherman because it's going to be like in excess of 100 mil, it's kind of a scary thought. They might go and get Tony because he's very capable of filling that role for Man United, and it'll be like half the price. I hope they don't. Still.
If you don't think Man U are going to spend in the summer, regardless of them getting bought out or not, then Drifty, I think you need to reevaluate things, bro.
No, but Carl, apparently if they don't get bought out, they're in a bit of problems, you know. They don't just have money like that
What
anymore.
problems are they in? What problems are they in, Drift?
They're in so much debt that they couldn't even buy. They had to loan in January.
Fam, they serviced that debt like you wouldn't believe.
When did they do that?
Bro, they've been in debt for.
No,
Drift,
but apparently, like the well is running dry though. They can't just keep doing it.
They live in the well, bro. Forget about the world running dry. They live in the well,
they
bro.
live in the minus and still make purchases.
I was listening to Gary Neville because like he knows his Man United stuff, and like apparently like it's running dry. They can't just keep doing this spend thing. Like it's not unless they get bought out.
Right,
they might be in a bit of trouble this summer. But Tony would be like what, maybe 50. Like it'll be a much cheaper option, isn't it?
How much do you reckon Man United will spend in the summer?
200 mil.
What if they don't get bought out? No, they won't.
They are
200
spending.
If they don't get bought out.
Man United are spending money.
Nah, if
they are Man United, bro.
If they don't get bought out, it won't go that high.
Do you want to bet they'll make something work? I guarantee you.
150 million minimum before player sales.
They are making it work.
They can't really sell anyone, Cal. Who they got to sell?
I guarantee you this. Chelsea will spend a bag of money and everyone's saying they're in trouble. Yeah, I guarantee you Chelsea will find a way to make it work. But the top
I don't think Chelsea need to because Nkunku's coming in. So what do they really need to do now?
But them man are saying it. That's another story.
Drifty, I love you, Drift, because I think you want to play the game fair, bro.
Yeah,
but the game made fair.
Do you know what? I totally understand with you like that. The FFP thing does seem a little sketchy at best, but I do also believe to a degree it is going to come back and bite some people. And like,
not yet.
I just don't think you can just like
you see, like TV
when you're in
TV
debt,
bills that are
like
even
£1 billion debt or whatever the hell it is. I don't know.
They live in debt. Most teams live in debt, bro.
Yeah.
It's the nature of the beast.
No, but Man United's debt is getting dumb now, though. You know, like it's getting
even from 3 years ago was like critical, and they still done the Ronaldo, Sancho, Varane. But they gave Ronaldo 500 grand a week, and the club is on its knees.
But do you not truly believe that Man United would go for Weghorst if they did have financial strength?
All right, let me rephrase it. Are we
that's January we're talking about, bro.
No, but in January, Cal, they were in for a treble.
Champions League, but they're getting that Champions League money guaranteed now.
Cal, this is the killer. Man United are easily one of the biggest clubs in world football. They showed, listen, it don't matter how great you are, how big you are, or whatever, yeah? These men will always find a way to make it work. Every single player that's been there for the last, say, 3 years that's talking about their facilities, them man there had doo-doo and wee-wee coming out of the toilet at knee level, and I still remember at knee level. Hear this now. They need to research at knee level. Remember, we saw the pictures, but still,
you can tell that Matt's got kids. Man said wee and poo
and doo-doo, yeah. And their man there, no, it's because of the water as well. And their man there, Ronaldo. You see, Ronaldo, they still managed to get Ronaldo on 500 grand a week.
No, but I think that did end up
I'll go one
better. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you know how mad that is?
I'll go one better. They got Europa League and broke the record and brought in Pogba and Zlatan. Hold that.
No,
yeah.
but Cal, that was 5 years ago when it was a bit easier
Bro,
for them, but
there's
they're starting to
no
fall
what
on
Man
hard times
United
now.
don't
They're starting
care.
to fall on
They
hard
They
Ah,
just got
bro.
Champions League money and Lukaku. They got Lukaku. as
Lukaku
well.
for 90 mil.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I think
add-on.
all of these decisions are starting to haunt them a bit now. I'm not
They
gonna
ain't,
lie.
bro,
Like I
'cause they're
think
gonna
it's
No,
try
time
and do
fam,
it
I don't know
again,
what
bro.
club though in the top flight can have doo-doo up in your kneecaps and you're
How
telling
much
me
did
you're still going to
how
buy
much did Anthony
players.
cost? How much did
90
Anthony
mil.
cost?
90 mil, bro.
All
90
right,
mil.
cool. Say no
But
more.
they can't
How
sort
much
out
did
the
Casemiro?
facility.
Yeah, they
Bro.
spent 230 in the summer, but the point is, no, but I think that was their last hurrah. This is what I'm telling you,
The
man.
club has been on
No,
its
it
knees
was,
for
bro.
time, bro.
Ten Hargate signing for Man United, saying I'm only getting 2 mil in one summer, and I'm expected to win leagues and Champions League.
No. You
Brother,
do. You
he's
got
them
getting
man
money again.
you go
Bro,
from
them man
Ajax
are
to Man
crazy.
United. You do. It's too big of a step up not to. But
All
man are
right,
crazy,
you'll see,
bro.
bro.
Them man are
You'll
crazy.
see. Mel says, big up Linders. He's the one in charge of our tactics and the one who recognized that it needed a change. Pep is the coach, Klopp is the manager.
there could be some truth in there. I do believe there's some truth in there.
Could be.
Klopp does coach as well, though. Like he
He
coach
does,
as well.
but maybe not as much as he gotten older. Maybe not as much. Who knows?
Jade Activist says, is there a heavyweight who could beat Tyson Fury now or ever all time? Yeah.
Ever all time, yeah. Now I'm not sure.
Usyk's the only one as of right now.
And I don't
Nah,
even
I
think he'll
he's
beat
too-
him. You
I
know?
think he's too
but,
small,
but he's
though.
probably got the best chance, though.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Lennox
but
beats Tyson Fury.
Lennox.
I actually believe the only person who had the chance was Wilder based on just the power of a flash punch that could knock him out. I think if you're trying to outbox him, no one can outbox him. And Usyk is a boxer. I don't think he gets close to Fury, to be
You
honest.
say that Otto Wallin should have won that fight against Tyson Fury, and Otto Wallin ain't half the boxer that
I know,
Usyk
but like it's just that's an unmotivated Fury kind of thing.
is.
Do
We
you know
can't
what I
keep
mean?
on
Like-
using excuses, bro. We got boxed about, bro, and got his eye bust.
No,
open.
but Cal, come on, you know, you're humans. You can have a bad day. If you're not motivated, you're not up for it.
Admittedly,
you know
but
what I mean?
we could have a bad day. You could have a bad
Having
day
a
against
bad
Usyk as well.
day.
Yeah, no, he could have a bad day, but I'm saying like if he's on it, I just think he totally outboxes Usyk.
No,
His
I
size
agree.
difference
I
is too much, and you know,
But
Usyk's
yeah.
a don though. But
Yeah, quality fight.
But yeah, Lennox deals with Tyson Fury.
yeah,
I
I
think
think
he
that
does.
Like,
Lennox
there's a
does
lot
it
of
as
recency bias in boxing, bro.
Yeah. It's because
Them
remember,
man
it's
back
only
in-
what you see now, innit? That's the
Yeah,
thing with it.
like
yeah, it's what you
Lennox.
see now.
But when Lennox starts walking out to reggae, and he's already got the Vaseline on his face. Are you mad?
and the thing
Lennox,
is, if
I
Jay,
think
if Jay
Lennox
is
kills
saying
him.
of all time, if he's saying of all time, Foreman beats him, Ali
Yeah.
beats him.
Yeah,
Like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? That
yeah.
Tyson, the height thing, maybe
Tyson
might
will
be
be
it
the
won't
hardest
matter.
one. No.
No, Cal. Tyson would literally be reaching to hit him in the face.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but he can get inside
All right,
the body.
All right. So when
Yeah.
Tyson Fury is popping out the jab and Mike Tyson's on this. yeah. And the next thing you know, he's kissing his belly button, bruv, and whacking the whip. Yeah, talk to me then, bruv.
I can imagine Mike going to the body.
You think Mike Tyson's gonna stand there and let him jab him? He's on this, bro.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. Tyson Fury would be overwhelmingly like bigger than Mike Tyson, like overwhelmingly bigger than him.
You see, old school Mike, that mush up Spinks. Brother, you see all of that. You see, it's so it's crazy. I'm telling you.
No, I'm not saying that he won't. I'm just saying that size difference would be
because of the height
though.
difference. You're right. It will be.
Yeah, it would be. Do you know what that reminds me of? John Jones and Cormier.
He's got my name. I can't let him win this fight. He's got my name.
Yeah. The Cormier thing. You're right.
You know, now when you're like Cormier, absolute beautiful fighter, but like,
you're
he
right.
just didn't have the size for Jones. He just no way he was ever beating
that's true.
Jones.
That is true.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have the size to be able to take
This
Jones
is
on.
boxing, no drift.
It's kind of harder because at least Cormier can take the legs out and take him down and stuff.
It's not. It's
boxing,
not.
the arm length, the jab is a major key in boxing, bruv. If you can keep man at reach, that's why Lennox was so great, bruv. You know what I mean? Because Lennox just kept you on the end of that jab, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
bruv. What you think Lennox weren't throwing in uppercuts and right?
No. But what I'm saying is the key to a lot of victories for Lennox was I'm just so much bigger than you. I'm gonna use my size and just control you. You can't come near me. Boom, boom, boom. You're not coming near me. Like he used to pour a man with that jab. Like you're not coming near me.
Bruv, Lennox had that dog in him, bruv.
You know what? I
Lennox
will.
was cold.
One thing I will say that I think we're actually sleeping on someone. I think a prime Klitschko can beat Tyson Fury.
Which one?
Has to be Vitali.
Yeah, not
Nah,
Vladimir.
No, I
Not
think
Vladimir.
both. You know,
Not
I think
Vladimir,
no.
bro.
No, I
No.
think both.
No,
I think
Vitali.
Not Vladimir.
I think
No,
both.
Vitali
Vitali-
different from Vladimir.
No, I
Vitali
think
was
both.
called-
I think both.
Vitali, the older
No,
one.
no, I
was-
think both.
Bro,
I think
he's a
both. I
super
think both.
soldier, fam.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you see
think both.
Vitali? Bro,
Vitali's a problem.
Vitali's a problem.
I think both. If you look at the way that Fury won the belt from an old Klitschko.
It wasn't. Oh, he wasn't old drift.
Oh, bruv, of course he was. He was about
He
38
wasn't.
at the
Guys,
time.
we're getting carried away.
He
Let's
wasn't 38 for real. He wasn't 38, bro. Go back.
If he was
and look.
41 when he fought Joshua, then he must have been about 38
You
when he
don't wanna
fought
get into
Fury,
boxing
bro.
thing now.
He was old, bruv, when he fought Fury. Cal, come on, you're the guy with the good memory, bruv. He was about 38, bruv.
Even
trying
if
to
he
say
was
with
38,
Nick
he wasn't
Fury.
an old fighter, bro.
Well,
The
bruv, a
iPad.
38 boxer is coming to the end, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? And remember, he's long in the tooth. He's been fighting.
Tell that to Bernard Hopkins, bro. If you keep yourself in check, you're all right, bro.
Yeah, but Bernard Hopkins ran into some trouble. There's some fights he shouldn't have had at the end of the
At the
career,
end,
you
yeah,
know?
the end. It was
Yeah. Got techie for man still.
Yeah,
Should've-
you can't
yeah,
fall
should've
out the
won
ring
it.
like a wrestler. That's madness, bro.
Yeah, that was horrible. I can't lie.
No, it was. I hated watching
That
it.
was horrible, bro. That was horrible.
Yeah, that was hard to watch, bro. I've seen Rey Mysterio do that move a few times, bro. It's hard to watch, bro.
Yeah, it's a mad thing.
All right. Shout out to Tabs DY for the super chats. Nunes or Tony?
Nah, Nunes.
Matt?
Huh? You said my name. I'm saying your name. What are you saying? What are you saying? I'm asking you, innit?
I asked you first,
No, but I'm
bro.
asking you. What are you saying?
I asked you first, bro.
But I'm asking you, though.
Honestly?
On three, say your answer. 1, 2, 3. No. Oh, well, you know, okay.
No. So here's the thing. I think Tony right now is a better player, but
He
over
is
the
better.
course of the next 4 or 5 years, I think Nunes will become the better
Nunes has
player.
got more potential than Tony. I don't think Tony will get better other than the fact of he could just be in a better team, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think him as a player can get better. Nunes, I think, can get better. There's a difference. So right now, I'd say, if I'm being honest, Tony's better, but I'd say Nunes has the potential to be better than Tony.
Jade Activist says,
Oh,
what about
no.
size advantage Fury has compared to the older guys? No, he'd give them trouble, but they'd find a way, man.
I do believe that Tyson Fury does get kind of underrated, though. I think he is
I
a
think
bit
it's
better than people
overrated.
given. No, I disagree still. I think
you
he's
look at
he
his
is a bit
resume.
underrated.
Take Wilder off his resume.
Resume
is
looking
one
like
of the
poo,
worst
fam.
in boxing in heavyweight boxing history.
Other than that, it's the Klitschko one that made you think like. But look at his resume,
his
bro.
resume is awful.
You know, Josh's resume. Even I don't think Josh is better.
Easily.
Josh's resume is better than thingies, you know.
easily.
No,
His
but I'm just
resume
talking
is
about his
terrible.
ability as a boxer, regardless
he's
of who he's
obviously
fought.
unquestionable.
I do think he gets slept on. I do.
His ability is unquestionable, 100%. But yeah,
Could Roy Jones get him? No, Roy Jones too small for Tyson.
yeah, I was
Fury.
gonna say he's not yet the size of
Yeah.
advantage.
Although Pete Jones might be able to do what you lot were saying, Tyson, get in there, body work.
But Tyson's more. Yeah, I don't
He's
know. I
stronger.
don't
He's just
know.
physically stronger.
Yeah.
What, like the aggression of Tyson, like the dog.
Tyson's just it's just a killer, fam.
But
The
I'd
dog
see
in
someone
him,
get
yeah.
hit by Tyson, and then a second later, the body realizes what happens and shuts down.
It's like
bro.
it's just shocking.
Like, it was weird watching Tyson
Body
hit
just shut
people.
down.
Jay says the heavyweight version, obviously. Oh no, definitely not the heavyweight version
Nah.
of Roy Jones.
Of what, Roy Jones?
No,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
a supplementing version of Roy Jones, literally and figuratively. Karma Chameleon says Klitschko was 39 when he fought Fury. Okay, I stand corrected then.
Yeah, he
I
was
didn't
an
even
old
know
boy,
that
man.
still.
He was in the boxing world. He was an old boy. He was an
I
old
stand
boy.
corrected. Apologies.
Yeah, but no.
I still think Tyson beats Vladimir. I don't think he beats Vitali.
What, a prime Vladimir though? Like even rolled that
Bro,
clock back like 5 or 6 years.
Vitali gave Lennox problems from back in the day.
Vitali was a bad man still.
Vitali,
yeah, he
because
was.
what it is, because Vladimir went on like the longest stretch because Vladimir, the guys he was fighting. Remember, Vitali's era was Lennox's era.
Yeah. Well,
Remember
not just
Vladimir's-
that. Vitali didn't fight any of any of Vladimir's opponents.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And he was just kind of just stepped. He had WBC. And he basically said, "Well, Vlad, you take the rest. We're not going to fight each other. You just take the rest."
Yeah, they were never ever going to fight each other. Never.
No,
ever.
Like-
they're brothers, isn't it?
Like, and they shouldn't be fighting each other. But God forbid if they ever did fight, Vitali, he busts him up.
He
bad,
busts
man.
up him.
The only thing that would have been good about them fighting is if they just planned who would win to become undisputed. Like, you know, like I'll let you win kind
Well,
of
that's
thing.
cheating, bro.
That's it's match fixing, bro.
If you're keeping it in a family, I don't think it's match fixing.
No, but that's match fixing. What are we doing here?
If you're keeping it in a family, that's not match fixing.
Not even Don King would come out with a suggestion like that.
Just do a WWE thing. Tell man what you're gonna do, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
my
premeditating the fight, you know. Boy,
Keep it
but
all in the
people-
family.
people. We will be back on Monday for the Monday Night Live show. Please make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. Back-to-back wins. What are we? 9 goals in 2 games, 6 points. Is it back on?
Squidlet!
People, till we see you next time. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish. You're out, people. Take it.
Top 4.
Do it.